feels like a storm at sea. Master chartist got the moves unseen. Eyes on the prize with a scream so mean. Row, 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 dog, he's taking the reins. Fibonacci's lines running wild through his veins. Cracking the secrets, unlocking the trade. Born to hustle while others get played. Candles burn bright on his midnight ride. Parabolic curves where the shadows reside. Predicting the winds like a prophet does. Markets shiver when they feel his buzz. Row, 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 dog, he's taking the reins. Fibonacci's lines running wild through his veins. Cracking the secrets, unlocking the trade. Born to hustle while others get played.
I've been stumbling through a market's cruel turn. All cones are crying, left out to burn. Wallets bleeding dry in the dust and shade. Holding my ground where the hope's been frayed. Oh, all coins are crying, tearing at my soul. Drawdowns ripping through this endless hole. Cleaning my stash neath the market's glare. All coins are crying, a fight so rare, yeah. Bitcoin's rain leaves my coins in the cold. All coins are crying where the love's grown old. While it's a flicker, barely holding fast. Scraping for life in a world so vast, oh. All coins are crying, tearing at my soul. Drawdowns ripping through this endless hole. Cleaning my stash neath the market's glare. All coins are crying, a fight so rare, yeah. Every plunge I take, I rise through the pain. Satoshi shadow, a lonesome refrain. Hold my spirit, face my flame. All coins my war, calling my name. All coins are crying, tearing at my soul. Drawdowns ripping through this endless hole. Cling to my stash neath the market's glare. All coins are crying, a fight so rare, yeah. All coins are crying, fading to the light. Holding my faith through the longest night. Oh yeah, keeping me steady, keeping me steady. I used to drown my sorrows when the market fell. Satoshi sinking low, a personal hell. Accounts of ghost, tempting me to break, but I stay sober for the market's sake. Oh, crypto sober, holding on tight, rising through the red, shining my light. Pour me strength, let the hope flow.
chips hit hard, I fight the old desire. Whales in the shadows, fuel in the fire. Accounts my anchor, keeping me whole. Sober through the crash, reclaiming my soul. Oh, crypto sober, holding on tight, rising through the red, shining my light. Pull me straight, let the hope flow free. Crypto
We interrupt the scheduled programming for an emergency broadcast of the Bitcoin Bowl. Here we are on the 10-second chart. We thought it was the 5-second, but it turns out it's a 10-second. We got 5 extra seconds in here just to watch the pain or the excitement as Bitcoin comes down and retraces a Fibonacci 886 retracement. Oh my God, looked like she was going to fake us out. Is she trying to catch a hold here? Did we tap that bottom again? Is it a local bottom or will we go lower? Right now we are headed north and the bears are not liking it whatsoever, but they have drug us this far south and we just can't stand anymore. Enough of the craziness in this market is all I got to say. Frank, what do you think?
My wife left me, and so did my girlfriend and my dog, because everything went to shit.
Frank, go easy on that martini, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, keeping it positive here, we are slowly regaining. We're only on the 10-second chart, and I know it only matters for a few seconds and a few minutes, but here we are, and we're holding some levels, and maybe we can just get a nice little boost to the north side and get something that maybe sounds a little bit like a touchdown. That would be awesome. Instead of crying foul. Oh, shoot, somebody cried foul. Oh, and the bears are chilling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You like it. You like it when it goes down. You sick puppies. Don't start chanting. No. Well, the bears are liking this part right now. Retouching the 786 fib. Driving us back 10 yards to the 50. 10-second. Moving average. Let's go to Road Dogg and see if he can give us some insights on what is going on. Sean, can you hit the down button, please?
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I should say thank you very much.
We have a problem hitting buttons around here. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. And yeah. So my thumbnail asked if did we tap that bottom? Because, I mean, there's a chance. I hope it sticks. I am on a tiny time frame here. Let's zoom out just a little bit. Let's go to from the 10-second to the 1 minute. Oh, wow, dude. Oh! Yeah, it is a 1 minute bottom here. We came down to here. 886 Fibonacci retracement from, or actually, it's a 127 from this guy, right? As we're slowly doing this is what we've done all. Okay, we put it on 6 minute, okay? But it just kind of looks like this. Here we go. So what I'm looking at here, darling, it looks so good. We're going to V-shape recovery coming up here, start rolling over, starting to do a scallop. I think we were talking about this last night. And there's a chance they can bounce out from here. 382, it started to. Couldn't get past its higher high there. It did make one here. I was hopeful. I was really hopeful that one little higher high, maybe we're trying to knock out this guy. That did not happen, unfortunately. Try to draw a trend line on whatever we had here. Horrible trying to draw a trend line with you got curved patterns here, right? But it did roll over, and lo and behold, where we came down to our magical 1.13 Fibonacci. And I wasn't, at this point, I was like, oh my God, she came down past this here. I was looking for it to try to retrace here for a higher low, started coming down. I'm sitting there rethinking my life choices, and when she started bouncing here, I didn't do very much until it started getting here. I got stopped out, and then I re-entered over here because, I mean, well, what else am I going to do? if we're going to try to catch a little play and see if it goes anywhere. But that's nice that we came back down to this and we tapped it again. So we have formed a double bottom here on the smaller time frames at 109. Now here's something that I do like about this idea and why I think it might be valid. It might be a valid idea. I mean, it's scary AF. We'll give you that. Let's clear this chart out just a little bit from all these fibs and stuff. So you see this dotted line I got here. That's the best I could get for a trend line for what we're working with, because the bigger thing is also curving a little bit too, but that's what it gave us. A touch here, a touch there. We've already lost every other trend line. That was the main trend line right here. This was the main trend line. This is a 4-hour chart, and so this one sticks. And then we came up and bearishly retested it, and that happens. We made a higher high of it. And that's what's kind of interesting. We came up and made an new all-time high, and now we're all bearish. While over here it was flags to the upside and all these calls, and then now everybody wants to short the bottom, or what could be a bottom. One of the best indicators that I've found in this crypto market, and some of you might get offended, but it's true. Oh, I didn't put it on there. Should I? I guess I should. Give me just a moment to post this over on Telegram, because I didn't. In Vanity Wall, we need to go here. All right, that took me just a minute. Let's go over here to Telegram. One of the very best bottom signals that I found, and maybe this. Now, I will say here on the 4-hour, Ichimoku Cloud does not look good at all. There is a bigger level down at 106. But here's what has happened. That wick that we got, that can satisfy the desire for all that, right? And that was a big-ass liquidation. A lot of people are pointing fingers at Binance. And even my exchange on COINEX, there were a lot of stuff I couldn't do. CryptoFace had I saw his video today, and he was talking about it, and I gotta say, to the extent that I have to agree with him, that it's all crap that happens. He was talking about Arthur Hayes, and I never use Arthur Hayes's exchange, but Coinbase is notorious for locking up, freezing up right when you need it the worst to make your moves, right? And so you think the people that were in these shorts were just going, they were just making bank, right? And there actually was a story of a whale about 30 minutes before the announcement of the tariffs put up like a huge Bitcoin short and came out of it $192 million richer. Find that very interesting. This stuff has got to stop. That's crazy. I think George was talking about that. Cryptos are us. I want to hear a little bit more about that. But however it happened, and I do think it's manipulation, because the exchange, they do that before when the exchanges, especially the bigger exchanges like Binance, they get into, I mean, think about it. Okay, look at Zcash. Look how well Zcash is doing. Do you know what Binance did a few months ago? Yeah, they were threatening to delist it. They were creating FUD about it and drove the prices down to lows like in $28. You know, we were sitting around close to $200 or whatever, $100, $150 or whatever, and somewhere through there, and then drove it down to 30, all for FUD, and then it turned out it was nothing, right? Kind of like they knew that one had a plan, and they're probably the ones behind pumping it, to be honest with you. They probably have a little bit to do with it, other than the fact that tokenomics in it make it a lot easier to do that. So I don't know. I was just speculating about that. Zcash, I'm in it. I got in it because I've been in it for a while. And when I saw them dumping down to 28, I was like, well, I got to load up on this as much as I can. I wish I'd done more. You always say that. I always say that, right? I always say that. But it's been one of the few coins that have been outperforming Bitcoin right now. And that's what I've been doing, selling it into some Bitcoin. Because all the other altcoins have been sucking the life out of my Bitcoin for the past 3 years. A mistake that I will not make next time. Ladies and gentlemen, this stream is brought to you by some good ass coffee. I suggest that you get some if you want to stay up with us tonight. All right, so that there is this little bottom signal that I think's in, and now I'm not calling bottom, okay? It does look scary here. That looks scary right here. We got to do a lot of things to change this around. That Ichimoku cloud does not look happy. But now the moving averages, when you look at them, that big old dump down here has not affected the moving averages just yet, right? And it will only affect them if we keep going down and stay down. Then we'll see them come down. Until then, they are still up here. And I'm not saying they are like a magnet, because that will piss Joe off, and it's not true, because there are no magnets in crypto. But these are mathematical averages of where price was. This is how this works, right? And I know, and you may think that this is crazy, but they follow a sequential order in how that they go back and test each other based on that math of, well, I mean, this is where we were 50 candles ago, up here, 120,000. This is where we were 21 candles ago, 117. This is where we were 9 candles ago, $112 on the 4-hour chart. How this typically works, if we regain that 9, we're coming to test the 21, then we're going to go to the 50, and then we're going to go to the 100, the 200, and we could bounce happily from any of those. But if we need to test another lower number, it tells us that we can work our way up before we come back down. Okay, so that's what my moving average strategy is telling me right here. We got some more momentum to here, up here. And the only thing that will make it keep going down, if we keep slow burning down over the weekend, and it could happen. But so far, we're kind of holding mostly. I mean, the dump was Friday, right? And we've not come back down. We did not come back down to the bottom of the candle wick. Hope that we don't. I saw some of the crazy prices that altcoins went to. I think Atom Cosmos went down to a penny. Is that right? Crazy. But for these local areas here, and how are we doing? I mean, it looks scary AF. And this is a Hail Mary kind of play right here, or a call. I did take a long here. I'm trying it out, see how she does. Stop loss is in place. That's all I can do, right? And hope that it catches. This could be making some kind of Adam and Eve or some kind of double bottom. I like the scallop. I like this kind of double. I like this kind of bottom. I like the ones with the scallop. It kind of makes it reminds me of a Roman bridge or something, kind of with the bridge with the little half circle, semicircle alcove or whatever under it. And I've seen these take a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times. So to me, there's a play that's worth trying here. And even on the 6-minute time frame, it's still kind of juicy. I got down on the 10-second chart and was trying to finagle over there. And still, I mean, even with my tight stop loss, it's losing, you know, I don't want to lose that more. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose any more of my Bitcoin play. Then I have to. I don't want to be chewed up with stop losses, and I'll keep watching it. This tick, 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 tick down. And no matter what I do, my stop losses, it's always more than what I do, because there's exchange fees or whatever else that they throw in there, a spread and all this other stuff. It tells you that you're only going to lose this many Satoshis, and then you look at the end of it, putting your stop loss at the break even or something, you find that you didn't come out in profit at all. So you have to kind of take some profit as you go up if you're going to do a break even stop loss, just so if you come down there that maybe you can actually break even, or maybe have a little bit extra. It's crazy. The exchanges, I don't agree with them pausing like that, and it makes me think I don't want to deal with you anymore. I mean, I love Coinbase, but after seeing that, I mean, when I know when push comes to shove and another situation happens, I can't make the moves I need to do. And the thing I was saying, a lot of people that were writing this down short, they couldn't do anything about it. They couldn't sell their short and take advantage of it. Like you could, because you couldn't access it on a lot of these exchanges because they were tied in with Binance. Now, CryptoFace mentioned that Blowfin didn't go down, and it's not in with that crew, with that liquidity provider market makers, and it was up. I might start looking at Blowfin. You might start seeing me put that link over here, because you know it's not cool to be in that situation ever to be helpless where you can't do anything, and to be there. I'm sitting there. I watched one of my positions liquidate because I had the money. It just needed to be repaid. That's all I had to do was a spot margin, and they told me I couldn't do it. It wouldn't let me do it, and then then it got so low that it wouldn't allow me to do it. Like it was against the rules to do it in bankruptcy or whatever. I don't know, but the biggest liquidation in crypto history, and apparently there are a lot of people hurting from that. And I kind of agree with Crypto Face, man. Something needs to be done. They got a new CEO over Binance. It's not CZ, but I don't know. It's just a shame that stuff goes on and they can get by with it. And so, well, we know Binance made a lot of money. Market makers made a lot of money over there. And anybody that had an inkling in before it happened, because nobody would know about that. I would consider that to be a black swan event, even though, you know, we didn't. Somebody knew it was coming, but it just took us all by surprise. And nobody could have predicted that. We knew we were in a correction, but nobody would have guessed that Bitcoin would just went down to 102,000. 102,000. So let's zoom out to a bigger time frame here. And let's look. Now, taking this wick out of consideration because it's a freakish event, we're looking at price history, and our lows are over here. 107, we got that. We made a higher low at 106. And so far, price action is above that, right? I want to make an argument that to keep this bullish momentum going, since we did make a higher high, a new all-time high at that, for us to come in and make a lower low, a real lower low, not just this manipulation fear wick, whatever, that's not good, people. It's not ever good to make a lower low, especially after you make a higher high. That is one of the things that you will see when a bear market starts. You will see that when one starts. That's one of the things that was throwing me off a little bit last bear market, or the last cycle. Is like, why did you make a higher high? And then it was messing with me because I was still looking for another higher. I was still thinking, and everybody else was thinking that too at that time. Everybody's going for 100,000. But that, I understand that now. At that point, I didn't have all my fib info that I have now in insight. But I got to tell you, we don't need to go past this guy at all. And I would love to see us hold that over the weekend. And so far, they've not dumped us yet. But the real test, I guess, is going to come not just Sunday or Monday. So we still got another 48. We got a while in here. And honestly, man, the only thing that looks good to me are the moving averages and the bigger moving averages. I mean, even here on the 1 hour, you still got the bigger ones, right? The 360, 666, 800, 200 still. They haven't rolled over yet. They have been rolling over on the smaller time frames. They have been, and we've been going down because of it. They keep trying to roll over here, even on the 24-minute. Now we're starting to get that effect over here of the rollover, right? Now, one good thing about these rollovers on these bigger things, when they cross, a lot of times when the bigger ones do cross, we can get a pump up in that direction. Doesn't mean that we're going to overtake it and be all right again, but we can get a pump off of here, and that can secure this area as a lower high, higher low. And that's what I'd really like to see happen this weekend. But I find it very interesting. Here's what I find very interesting. Now, I understand the sentiment totally, but when we do get this price action down here, I swear it is almost without fail that when I come onto YouTube, I think you got one of the best bottom indicators out here, right over here, that I put over into the vanity wall, and I think it's this guy right here. He is Mr. 68%. Every pattern he has breaks up or down 68% of the time. But oh, well, that's not what I was looking for. That's not the one I was trying to put there. I'm sorry. What it was, a short call, basically. A short call at support is what it was. I thought that's what I was putting there. And I'm just telling you, shorting support is never a good idea. Even when it breaks a level. I mean, and a lot of people use that idea. Well, we'll wait till it comes down here. And I know it feels like it because the long end's not working, right? It just keeps coming down, right? And then you get this idea, well, I'm going to front run this short and I'll go ahead and get my entry in now. Maybe those thoughts start coming across everything, right? But we get down here and we start coming back down. time to short? I mean, even if you do, I mean, it's just what if you shorted this one here, you shorted here, it come down. I want to short. Or you shorted? Are you looking at this level? It come down. You short, right? And it came back up. It would have stopped you out. What is the difference, my friend? And the thing is that for shorting an idea like this, you're putting your stop loss way over here, and I mean you'd have to use low leverage to do it. That's a 2% stop loss on Bitcoin. I mean, if you use 10x leverage, you're giving up. By the time you get up there, you're giving up 20% of your position. So maybe for just a spot short, maybe. But I would honestly, if I were going to do it, I would try here, because if you make a higher high, this idea is probably invalidated, right? But I don't know. Shorting when we at a bottom. I mean, you can try and find out for yourself. Every once in a while, it might work out for you, but most of the time, when you think that it's going to go lower, it doesn't. And especially if it's at a fib level, such as the 886 fib that we have right here. So a lot of people, and some people are also looking at this as being a bear flag idea or whatever, however they're trying to draw it, that we'll take this measure move and go into the downside, that idea. But let me, and some people are looking at this totally different. Like, I think some people are looking at it as a, now I see it as a descending channel. This is what I see. We got a descending channel that is doing what channels do before they break out to the upside, is they make a partial decline. They come down to a certain level, and that's about as low as they go. They hang around a certain little level here. This one leveled off really nicely right here. And partial decline, meaning it doesn't come all the way down to the bottom of the pattern. That's one of the first signs I look for these guys to start working on a break to the upside. Hopefully we'll get it. Now, I'm not calling that this is definitely going to happen or anything stupid like that, but you do have a good chance with a falling. This is a bullish formation that we look for at bottoms. And we may hang around here. It may be lackluster and hang around here all freaking week. Just chop, chop, chop. Most likely we'll do that until the big money comes in when come Tuesday after Columbus Day. Although we should start seeing some other stuff maybe Sunday and Monday from, it's not, everything's not based in the US. I don't know. It probably comes across we feel that way. It's just where we are. But the sensible person out there knows that the world does not revolve around the U.S. It may have a lot of influence in some degrees in some areas, but we ain't the shizzle. But when the U.S. market does open, that we will definitely see a turn, what direction that they plan on taking things, I believe. But also, in the British, the UK session will be opening up here in a few hours. China's already open, and I don't know, or Asia's already open now. And I know it's the weekend, but come Sunday, we can start seeing a little bit more activity happening here. I don't know that CME will be open. They may be open Sunday and closed, but I don't know how that's going to work. I would think that's probably how it will be, since Monday is a U.S. holiday, Columbus Day. But when I see, okay, so that was what I see. Now some other people are also looking at ideas like trying to do a descending wedge or whatever, and I guess they're thinking, it's already breaking out to the downside. And I get, for them drawing in, I guess technically they are. It might come back. So some people are also seeing this, and this is where this is what I want you to pay attention to. This idea. This is where you get the bear flag idea, right? Oh snap! I didn't do it. But let me show you something very tricky that I don't think that they're really considering about that. You look to the downside. Now these patterns have a 53% chance, if this is what you're looking at, to break to the upside. Not 68 like you're told all the time, right? 58% chance for that to break to the upside. Look over here, there's a cheat sheet. Take a snapshot if you need real statistics that will actually help you out better than, if your guru is telling you everything is 68% for this, 68% for that, or this is a 50-50. I've never seen that anywhere. I've only seen that on one channel that's ever said 50-50 patterns. I've never seen anything like that ever anywhere else. So these are Thomas Bukowski. He wrote the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. You know, he kind of wrote the book on it. That's who I like to trust, and by doing so, it's really helped things out a lot. All right, so if that be true, let's say, and this is a continuation pattern. So you would be thinking, man, price came down here and we got this pattern, right? No, it didn't. It came down here first, and then it came up and formed that pattern. If it's anything, it is actually a bull pennant. And if we break out of the bull pennant, it takes us back over here to the higher high area. If we pull our little Fibonacci from swing high to down here, we're getting up to that 113. It's a little susceptible, but we could get up to this area 124. What if we take your wick into because we really should take that wick into consideration here. What do we got for the wicks? What would that look like? The 113 would be 125. Would that take out? That wouldn't even take out that. We'd have to do 127 and get back up to the top of the trend. And that's what we really need to do. That would be an all-time new high at 128. And some people think that might be an outcome that happens since they did the flush out. Because usually when there is a big flush out, then the market starts recovering. It's slow. And I'll have you think back to Liberation Day. That glorious day when tariffs wrecked our world and we're like, what the hell? Why are you kidding? Why? We were, and now why? You suck. Why? I mean, it's for the greater good, but why? Liberation Day, I believe it was right here when we came down to $74,000. Oh man. Kind of feels a little bit like now, I guess, for a lot of people that sick feeling. I remember a really sick feeling in my stomach because altcoins were tanked, everything was down. But that turned out in retrospect to be one of the very best places to get in, because after that recovered and all the FUD died out and everything, and you know, all everybody quit bitching about Trump and tariffs. I mean, first they're wanting to do things a certain way, and then when he does things their way, and then they still get mad at him and stuff like that. But we recovered. It was scary for a few days, right? Well, it was scary for Sunday before it happened because there were talks of it. It was scary Monday because it dumped down. That was the day it dumped down. And scary the next day too, and everybody were looking, oh man, we're going to 58,000, 48,000, all these wild calls. We're underneath the red cloud, underneath 200 moving average. It looked very scary. The only saving grace on my chart that gave me any hint was a trend line idea and a 360 moving average there on the daily. Another reason why I used that one, back tested these, and the price response to them. Not EMA, not the 360 EMA, the moving average, a simple moving average. And now that 360 is sitting down at 100,000. A lot of people think we might go to 100,000, but that wick kind of did it for us, didn't it? Took us down to 102. Those wicks kind of clear out everything that price action would normally do. That's part of the price action. So maybe that's a blessing in disguise. That's a weird way to say it, and it's not. 200 moving average on the daily is down at 106. So there's an argument we can come down there. There's also the argument 382 Fibonacci. So still on the table for 106. I just wouldn't like it because it's going to make a lower low from here and here and here. The only one that's not going to be a lower low from is over here, and that's inside a pattern, a channel that we're not in anymore. If there's anything that we can do is kind of connect some dots over here and hope that we got something, and I'm not even convinced of that. I mean, it seems to have something going on right here, I guess. Let's see, how's that line holding out? Yeah, we're just hanging there right at it. Just hanging right at it. Let me come down and make sure that we haven't dropped like a rock or anything here. So we're still hanging. We're still hanging. So far, so good. Now, which line was that? This one, I don't need you anymore, right? Let me take you off. Don't even really need you because I'm not looking at you this way. Let me zoom back out, get my lines. I don't like that's a weird looking cloud, isn't it? It's thick, it's not spindly. This is the scary stuff. When we start seeing it like this is like, oh man, Oh man. But this is kind of like over here. I don't like that. I don't know. I'm hoping we can get back into it. Trying to look for bigger time frames and maybe have a nicer cloud formation. And they're starting over here, but that's still not what I need to see. Nor is this on the bigger time frames. This on the daily is the best that I can, and I don't like that. I'm trying to look for positivity over here. The best positivity I can give you is the moving average. It's not moving average that we normally go back and touch at some point, or it comes and follows us and catches up with us. But on the daily, it takes it a while to do that. So it's likely that we kind of meet it somewhere in the middle, or somewhere like that. But it's still hanging out at 119 right now. We're at 110. Would we be happy if we got to go back up and talk to the 9 daily moving average? Like that's what we should do. That should be the first thing that we should do, is go back and talk to the 9 moving average. Whether we go lower and it comes down and we have to meet it somewhere, or we go up and meet it now. 8% difference. The spread is the difference there. All right, so again, I really look for more of channel ideas. And partial decline is a good sign there. And all I can do is be hopeful. I'm just watching for the signs. I need to see us get above a 9 moving average on preferably every chart that I look at, and then I'll feel more comfortable. And so far we're above it on the 1 minute, we're above it on the 5 minute, we're above it on the 6 minute, and we're getting a bullish cross. 9 over the 21, so we should start heading up here toward the 50. That's about 110.5. A whole $300, folks. And maybe if we are going to respect this Fibonacci area, 113, it is a good place for a reversal or even a local bottom. Maybe we only come up so far. So how will we know? Well, our bigger 50% moving average, or Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, is coming in. Oh no, you're up here, aren't you? Or you're the local one? Let me move you here. That would be the ultimate thing that we would need to do, is get above 112.5 and hopefully test this 618. That would be awesome. But let's just take a look at this local run that we're on right here. What do we need to see it do right now, though? We could be making a nice double bottom W here. I would love to see that nice even double bottom. That is a bottom pattern idea. But what we got to see is it get above certain levels here, and it's just right up above. So it's right below the 50 moving average there. So if we see it regain the 50 moving average, it will knock that out too, and we may be okay. I will be breathing a lot easier if we can get up and do that. And that's all I'm doing, is waiting right here. If we're not, then I'm going to layer stops in, or start closing or whatever. I prefer to layer stops in, I've found, because if I decide to close it, then I've made the choice, right? And if it keeps going, then I did it. But if I layer in my stops up there, it makes the choice of whether I get paid or not, or if it wants to keep going. And if it does keep going, then I get to keep riding. So I'm really I don't normally use those, but in my spot margin trading, but it's been really helpful, and I think it worked very well for your spot trading or spot margin, or well, maybe even your perps at that. Even with my perpetual future trades, right, when I open one up, I'm setting little bitty limit orders, you know, ever so many, I don't know, ever so often, just so as it'll take a little nibbles of something. So if it comes slamming back down, which is what it keeps doing, right, it goes up and then it wants to give it back, and over the past few days it keeps going lower, right? So that's the only way. If you're trying to long, you got to make sure that you're getting paid along the way, and try to move your stop up to profit, and then hope that you come out with something, right? And layered stops is what I've been doing too on that. But wow, I mean, it just sucks. It just sucks. But what sucks more is the altcoins, but they haven't been doing as bad. I was looking over here today, and did it just change? Did they just fall again? I was seeing some bigger gains. This guy here will not stop. It's at $8. That's crazy. Every time I think it's too high to buy, it keeps going higher. And where are the I got to see the tokenomics on that one if you don't mind. Oh, before I do, since I'm here, these are the biggest losers on the top 300. So over here is the discount lane. Staked Athena or Athena, 34 cents. Zora is 7.5 cents. It's down. These are down 20%. XPL. These might be some nice little places to look for a possible long. Element Mantle, that one was kind of hot. It's at 157. Really? Pudgy Penguins is down 11%. So all these guys are down. So, and especially Aster. Aster's down at 117, but there's a lot of, I don't know. There's some FUD going on about Aster too, and them not being honest with their volume and all this other stuff. Radium, now here's one. Oh, that's pretty good. Radium's 182. You know, that thing hangs around $4.07. It can go to 7 or 8. Shoot. I think I'm going to put Radium on my list tonight because I don't have a huge bag of it. I could add to my bag here. I just got some on my Solana wallet over there, but that one has a history of going up. This is a meme coin, I think, on Binance 4. It was 72 cents. I don't know. Optimism is down to 44 cents, whether it becomes anything or not. Cake is down to 258. So you remember Cake was getting close to $4 there, or maybe it did hit $4. It's at a pretty good discount there. Filecoin, if you believe in that one, I don't know if I do or not. I've got a bag, but it's getting smaller and smaller. World Liberty Finance, that's been a big disappointment. It's down another 7%. That's at 11 cents now, half of where it was. It was hanging around 23. I think it got 27 cents there when everybody was chasing it. Waited forever for it to come out, and so the hype chased it up, and then the whale sold it down and down and down, and that's okay. They probably got into that fractions of a penny or something. I don't know. SWE is down at 245. SWE was up about $4, right? FET's 35. Oh my gosh. Are you ever going to do anything FET? I mean, I got a bag of you. You're staking. Staking rewards are awesome. I love it. I'm hoping you can do something. That's one of my bigger bags actually, and I've just got it staked, and I don't have it on exchange or anything. SBX 69,000 meme coin. Kato, I don't really know what that one is. I've seen it mentioned a lot, but it's down. The ones that are up right now that seem to be cruising along. Exchange token right here, BTSE, that one's up. Well, that's crazy. 283% in the last 24 hours. Chain Opera AI, that one, 810, up 44%. Go ahead. Zcash 267, go figure that out. It will not stop, people. Zcash. And I do like the tokenomics of Zcash. It is a fork of Bitcoin. It may do surprisingly well. I don't know. Since we're getting more people into Bitcoin, new people, you got new people coming into crypto, a lot of them are looking for those conservative something a lot like Bitcoin and some of these old school plays that actually have a use case and value to them. And you know, the same stuff operating under the hood as Bitcoin, plus a few little tweaks or whatever, would probably feel appealing, especially if it's got privacy features on it. So Zcash, I don't believe, is one to sleep on. It was one when it dropped down to $88 to $66. I forgot what the guy's name was. He used to work with Tokenmetrics, older gentleman, but he was saying that's a great deal to get that. And this is when we were still in bear market, or coming in the bear market, I guess. And then it got down and hung around about $30, $38 for the longest time. $267 now. Nice come up for that. MYX Finance at 328. That one was, I got in about 255. I've added to my bag, so I think I'm around, my average price is about 280 right now. But it's, I mean, this one went up to $17, right? It could do it again. Or get up higher than $2 or $3 though. It'll definitely get a gain from there. So all these VeChain, baby. Now that's another one I got a bigger bag of. That's one that I invested in early in the market. Probably right around the same price as it is right now, to be honest with you. And that's nice. Now this one can get up, it got up to 29 cents last time, right? 29, 23 cents. And it's sitting here at less than 2 cents. It's got a lot of tokens though. It's got how many tokens do you have, Zcash? We were going to look at OpenAI over here. That's what we were going to look at. and Zika. Let me look at what were you? Oh, and Decred's over here. That's one of my little dark horse plays there. I'm hoping she can get back to $250 again. That would be cool. I want to take a look at VeChain over here real quick. I just want to see the tokenomics. It's an oldie but goodie. Some people made a lot of money on this one because, you know, it's cheap, and then it's not cheap anymore. $1.4 billion. It's got 86 billion coins out. Oh my God. No wonder you work so slow. Well, the next XRP that's going to sit at, or Cardano's going to sit 4 cents forever. Now it can get up. Its all-time high was what, 28 cents 4 years ago. April, during the peak, it got up to 28 cents. If it gets up to 10 cents, 15 cents, you made some good gains. It's just taking a long time, and probably will. But this one, it's a pretty unique project. It's actually got a use case, and it's for supply chains and things like that. L1, layer 1. But I was wanting to look at OpenAI, or the Open. Is that what it is? Was that it? Oh gosh darn it. What was the name of that one? What's the COIAI? COAI. COAI. Chain Opera. 1 billion. You're expensive for 1 billion. I mean, you can go up to $50, don't get me wrong, but this early on. Empowers collaborative intelligence through a network of AI agents co-created and cooperated by the community. I think we read this the other night. So it's only down 5% from its all-time high of 854. Its all-time low was 15 days ago at 13 cents. It went from 13 cents to $8. So I did not even know what that one was, and I remember it being $2, and I thought that was on the chart. It looked too high to get in, and well, I feel stupid now, but sometimes that stuff happens, right? But if you in on that one, this seems to be one of the strongest ones out there, whatever's going on with it. Did we look at the website?
All right. Yes.
AI terminal app. What does that do? Well, I'll ask it a question. We got to buy. See, I asked it how to buy. Choose an exchange. So we got some AI stuff over here, an AI agent. For, you, I guess we're looking for a free one. This one looks to be free. I don't know how good it is. Ask AI anything. Okay, well, you got that. Okay, well, anyway, just seeing what all we could do over there and stuff. I hadn't seen everything, but interesting things. Save Cocoa. What's that? White paper, always. Well, we say it's always good, but I don't think the nerds really do it. Only the nerds really look at the white paper. Most of us kind of just talk about it, I think. This is Bitcoin dominance. We were talking about the possibility of it spiking up. Where are you? Did I do something wrong here? Oh, I did. I'll click you. Oh, yeah. Okay. So here's our total 3. This is our indices over here. While I'm thinking about this, I'll come over and say hello to the chat in just a second. But I just like to get this stuff out of the way because this is the market weather. This is the temperature of the market. Look at you, SPX. You dumped too. You lost your. Oh, it's kind of a rising wedge type shape there. If we really want to look at it. I would hope you don't fall all the way back down to the juicy goodness buy. Man, remember where'd you put that back? She was in this juicy goodness buy, and everybody was worried to death about the market then. They really were. I mean, because we did all this, but once we started doing all, I mean, I can't remember. I think I had the box. I had it over here. So I think I had this box where I thought the price would come down to. Those are Fibonacci levels. But we actually came down and touched this Fibonacci level down here, 618. Got back into the box and went on. And so now we're falling a little bit. I don't know. So Monday, Tuesday, will this continue to fall? Are they still going to sell off because they were selling off on Friday? I guess we can start seeing a little bit of it maybe Sunday night. I don't know. CME futures, what all that they trade on Sunday night, but those markets may be open. We can see here behind my head here. This way. Right over here, we can see that stablecoin dominance is still going up to the no bueno sir level. That's not good. That is like That's like almost time to bail season is what it feels like, basically, because everybody's selling out the damn altcoins, and you can see that over here with a big liquidation wick that came all the way down. Is that a 886 retrace? Is that an 0.5? That's a 0.5 Fibonacci. We took that out, and now we're just hanging out at under 1 trillion again. Under a trillion, man. Will we ever get to 2 trillion? then maybe our bags would be happy, right? But wow, did I put the marker up? Squirrel. All right, so the marker should be in the chat, and we will get over there and check that out soon. And here is the Bitcoin dominance alt and click. I learned that from Joe from Trade Intuition. And yeah, we're back at the line that we lost. You know, here's what is so crazy. I think, in my personal opinion here, where was that? You know, the biggest thing that we had that I've experienced that felt like an altcoin season, and when my bags were flying to limits that I was like, hell yeah, this is working great, was right here when we started dropping right over here. And that's all we did. And that's when altcoins were at their peaks, man. That's when my portfolio was at its peak. And that's where the altcoins started showing us the first sign of trouble. But right here in April, when we started losing Bitcoin, it was going on a tear, and then she started giving it up, and then the altcoins ran like crazy. This was December or November into December. This was what we were calling, they were calling an altcoin season, and you know, they had a nice big dump, but it wasn't as good as what we had over here. It wasn't. It was decent, and my bag didn't get back up to where it was over here. Of course, I lost some positions over there too during that big jump. Fallout that had when we went to 74,000. And then here we are having this big drop, and everybody's been calling for altcoin season. Does it feel like altcoin season? I mean, they did good for a while. They gave it back. They did good for a while and gave it back. So you see all this drop in dominance. And now all you see is dominance go up. Now this is kind of interesting because that means a lot of people are going to be looking at Bitcoin and buying Bitcoin. And if people are going to be buying Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin needs to go up. So hard to say how Bitcoin dominance can be going up when we are tanking, if we're going to continue to tank, right? But in the case that situation does happen where Bitcoin dominance goes up and Bitcoin goes down, your alternative for altcoins is that they dump. That's the cheat sheet right there. Ladies and gentlemen, 22 people hanging out with me. I'm done with my spiel. Other than looking for the targets for Bitcoin to come back to, we talked about the levels it needs to reach. We didn't get the little, oh, we did. It's at the 50 moving average. Yeah, this little guy right here. Let's let me put you as a, I need some new colors. My 50 moving average is the same as my 50 Fibonacci is the same color as my 886. And so I've got to change some things around here or something. So it's, I'm eyeballing right here, basically the 50 moving average and 110.5. If we can get above that, we've got a chance to break through here. Here's a nice little cloud on the 6 minute. Finally getting something on the cloud. Finally getting something on the cloud here. She's starting to tire. She's. Are you getting tired? Still above the 9. Can't complain. Got a nice little trend line established now. And there we go. It's hopeful. It's hopeful. It's hopeful. As long as we can get past here. If we start rolling over here, then if that happens, I'm on the prayer. We could be looking at this little guy down here, which I don't really have you right there, really. Close to this 1.5, right around the 1.14, but it should be right around that 1.5 area. So and that would just be local, right? That'd be working our way down toward 106. The 106 area is a 382 Fibonacci, which is We went over this the other night. This is the big pull. I believe that's the big pull, right? Or was that one even lower? There's one that's even lower, but oh crap. Yeah, this is the whole big idea. If this is our top and we're doing a, we're going to do a serious correction, we're not just then we could see 100 or 80, technically 84. I mean, there's an argument for it, but it doesn't mean it has to happen. And for it to happen this late of stage doesn't make any sense. So I'm kind of counting the 382 out, and I'm really looking at this 236 fib area, because at this point in the market, I would expect a bounce there, and that could lead to our big parabolic move that we're all hoping for around this time. So that's kind of what I'm looking on big picture if we do that. But here on the daily, what was that? I moved something around. We're just right below. We're just right below that 200 moving average. So if we do need to come down more, and we're not just doing a little fake out for this trend line idea, getting back into the trend line, which could be happening, could. I don't know. I don't have a candle closing below here. Let me take this stuff off. I can't see what I'm looking at. We don't have a candle close here yet. Now that could change tomorrow, and maybe we do come down to 106. That's on the table. It's on the table for our 106 would be a 382 for this local guide that we could bounce off of, and that would be the bear trap scenario, or 100. And if we do 100, we broke the trend line. With the measure move for the trend line takes us to 84. So I would be leaning more bear market vibes there, and the momentum doesn't seem to indicate it so much just yet. Remember, the 9 moving average is still up at $119. I'm trying to look at any other instance where we've had a situation where we were that far from the 9 moving average, and I just don't. Right here, we were below. We fell down here. Here was an instance. What happened? The 9 was still up here about 91,000 when price was about 78. We came back to it, went up above it a little bit. Of course, we still had some other moving averages there, but we did at least go back to touch it, even though we didn't hold it and lost it again. But that was a kind of a fast drop that happened. That was February. So maybe, we got an argument that we can go back up to that, and that would make this a bear trap idea. So the question is, will we drop to 106, or will we do it? Was that drop? Where's that 102 drop? Why is that not showing up on this chart? It's over here on this one, right? I guess it depends on on this particular, what exchange was this? Coinbase, you went, okay. Then I gotta ask the question, well, did that wick take care of that 200 moving average on this particular chart? That's kind of interesting. Here is KuCoin. It went to 102. Oh man. But I mean, I like this as it stands. We've not made a lower, other than the wick, we haven't made a lower low, a lower candle close below here just yet. And hopefully, crossing our fingers, maybe we won't. Now on the daily, here's some exciting news. We got their stochastics already buried, so we don't have to worry about them dumping on us. They're already down here. The bad news is that just because they're down here doesn't mean we're ready to go up. It's when they start going up that we go up. We could level out here for a minute while our price keeps going down, and I think we showed an instance of that with this little section last night. And it wasn't too bad. Even with the money flow was in the red too, wasn't it? Money flow was in the red. I would have expected more of a dump. What did you fall from? Right around 115 down to the 107. So $7,000 all we fell from there on that. But gosh, man. This was the cloud that we were going up through, little sliver green, and then we came right back down through it. The red clouds, we can bounce back up through them again, so that's another hopeful idea. Just trying to throw some little things out there. I don't know if they will catch, but maybe they will. And meanwhile, taking a look at total 3, just on the bigger chart here. Here on the daily, what are you looking like over here? Stochastics are buried. Momentum wave is not ready to turn around on the daily just yet. That kind of sucks. Let's walk this down to a 4 hour. 4 hour, we did get a green dot, but she looks like she's trying to roll over and money flow is coming down. That's concerning to me for altcoins. And we're below the 9 moving average here. So altcoins, they may be getting a cheaper. And if Bitcoin does drop to 106 or even to 100, even though we were at 102, it will not be a pretty day for altcoins either. So you can make the argument, should I be buying now? I would say your spot bags, you will find good deals. But if you're trying to do any kind of leverage play, that may trip you up. That's what I'm finding over here. It's kind of hard to build a good position when you're in the downswing with leverage, but not so much on spot, right? So you spot traders, honestly, if you're spot and you keep thinking about, I can't wait till I can do some leverage, or I'm just dying to try leverage, it ain't all that. I'm just telling you, it ain't all that. It can be, but it's generally not. Generally, there's more disappointment with it than there is, yeah, this is working out awesome, I made $2 million in this past year. You're not hearing those stories. You're not hearing those stories. You're seeing big percentage gains, but and you might see some big numbers every once in a while. But it took big numbers to get those big numbers too, though, right? So it can be a dangerous game in leverage, and as everybody saw in this wick, I don't think anybody who was leveraged lived through that, except, well, my spot margin, knock on wood, the only ones I lost were some tiny ones. I mean, I'm talking very, very extremely small positions I was trying to fool around with, and wouldn't have cared if I were going to cut some of those out, other than near. It got me on my near. Oh, you got my XMR too. You did. It knocked out my XMR, my Monero. It did get me on that. And then what I had going on futures, they were already under anyway, because somebody didn't go by their risk management rules and put the stop loss in the applicable position, and they got totally blasted away there. But it turns out like almost everybody's feeling the brunt of what happened there. That was just horrible and disgusting. All the way down to $824 billion. I don't like us losing this 4 hour 800. Hope we're not. I hope we're kind of bouncing there. We haven't closed a candle below it, so we could still bounce. Still 200, 50 moving average, 100. They're all still up here. The only one is this 9, this falling price. Not enough to really dump us. 21 crossing, that would give us a little boost. But the 9, we're doing the same thing we're doing Bitcoin, making a little channel, or sometimes they're kind of reminiscent to me of do we have it? They look like a stiletto heel with a this is probably a stripper, or at the extreme level, like the 14-inch high heel spikes. I don't know. How do you walk on that? How are you even walking on that? Tell me you're not going to come down here and complete the shoe. It's just a falling wedge type shape, a falling channel, and it can be bullish, so we just need to hold some areas there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come over to the chat and finally say hello to everybody. Thank you for being with me and listening to my spiel. And we got Strega in the house. Strega's the first here tonight. Strega, my OG right there. So if I'm not mistaken, I think I first met Strega over at Charting Crypto's channel. I think that's where I first ran into him, over there. And I did a little video intro for him and some other stuff. And I think Grizz Oso was over there. So I think that's where I met Strega. And then when I started live streaming about 3 years ago. It was in summer. And it was new to me. And that's when my channel growth started slowing down, because streamers just don't get as much attention as the little coin videos and stuff like that. But Strega has been with me for about those 3 years, man. Almost every night, just here. So shout out to you, Strega. You're the real one. You're the OG. You're the 1%, Strega. And a lot of you other guys have been here for a long time too, and I appreciate each and every one of you for just hanging out with me, man. And I'm glad you see that there's something of value here, or just to hang out and have fun, or whatever it is. Oh, my microphone's off. That sucks. So shout out to all you guys here. We got Bush on parade in the house. Bush says, we good till we ain't. Yeah, that's about it. The question is, are we going to go retest the bottom? Well, you mean the bottom of the wick? That would suck. That would suck so bigly. That would suck bigly. We got Glittery Marshmallow also in the house, and she's got some very insightful insightful comments here. My portfolio went to the moon, straight into a black hole. Gator Squatch is in the house. And what's scarier than a haunted house? Checking your crypto wallet after a market crash. That's a good one. And I'm trying to make sure I'm saying hello to everybody here. Green Marshmallow says, I used to have a diverse portfolio. Now I just have a very expensive screenshot. And let's see. I think Sicario. Hey, Sicario, good to see you. DJ Dog, maybe a song called Buy the Dip or I Should Quit. Let me put that on my list. I've got Avi's idea over here too. All right, made a little note of it right in there. We'll see what we can come up with next time I start working on some music. We got Meet Damien says, I love the thumbnail, dog, because I love when they pouty. Let's go check out the thumbnail to see. This is the Road Dog Topic channel. That's where all the music is that I release. Haven't released much lately since Crypto Rise. I did this back in, it's been a minute, hasn't it? I've got some songs here. I listened to feedback from you guys to see which ones I should release, and I need to go do it. Stop Hunt Survivor, Greedy High, Snorting Satoshis. Those seem to be some of the popular ones, and all the old ones are there too. And I was trying to get over to my channel over here, and while I'm going there, let me give a shout out to Joe. I don't know, is Joe in the chat? In the chat, I don't know if he's here or not. Another YouTuber over here. I'd like to give him a shout out every day. He was a mentor in the trading group that I used to be in several years ago. I've seen how he works and how he explains things, and he does a very good job. And he took the time to do things with people, the newbies, in that group that nobody else would. You say, join my group, learn how to trade. You join it, and you're just in a chat room, and there's nobody there taking you by the hand and showing you around, and they'll tell you that. I'm not going to take you by the hand. Here, go look at all these videos, all these boring ass videos where I'm going over Investopedia word by word. We're reading the article with you, showing you that's your education. They were some boring ass videos. Joe mixed it up. He brought what needed to be brought to that group, and beautiful charts, man. When he does a chart, and lays it out as a chart setup, he puts the work in it. He puts the effort into it, man. He's got it going on. And we also got Meet Damien over here. And Damien made the comment about the thumbnail, and I'm trying to get over there. But he's also streaming every day. We're 468 subscribers. We're growing there. It takes a little bit to get to that first 1,000. So, and when I finally reached 1,000, took forever. It took me 3 months to go from 900 to 1,000. I was doing a 3-month giveaway of a Tangem wallet because to get 50 more people, it took me 3 months almost. It felt like it. Maybe it's 2 months. But it takes a while. But they lowered the thing for monetization right after I got it to, I think, 500. So you should be, if you're not already, should be close to being able to monetize, at least get some, paid for ad revenue. It's not very much, but at least it's something, to say, hey, your time's just not worthless. So another analyst over here giving out good information every day, streaming. I think he streams the same time that Joe does, so there's a little conflict there. You have to pick out which you want to watch. And let me go over to check out my thumbnail. What are we talking about over here? Oh, this one. Did we tap bottom? Crypto and now I guess she does have a pouty look. But she's got eyeballs. I didn't see those there before. Okay. My bad. Well, you look kind of sad over here on this 4-hour total 3. I'm going to come over to a tiny time frame just so I can see if we're getting any kind of traction over here. And we get a little pointy and a roundy. Are we trying to do an Adam and Eve type shape? Are we trying to do the little, some kind of bottom with the little row? Yeah, I like these. I do like these. Before I ever learned about patterns and all this other stuff, that was one of the things I noticed at bottoms. This little shape, the little roundy thing, the scallop, and a lot of times they can turn out good, but not every time. I've been disappointed on a few, but most of the time they do pretty decent to at least catch this level, right? Now, if we lose it, we can't get up past a certain point and roll over, that's a different story, but at least for right now, we're trying to catch where we are now, not go lower. That's about all that we can say about it here on the tiny 6-minute time frame. Trying to get back to the chat here. Hey, Evan Peck, welcome to the fan club, my man. Thank you for joining up again. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support. And join the $3, it's just $3, the YouTube fan club or whatever. It gives you access to the chart school videos I've got over there. So if you're looking for something like a course, I mean, there's videos that I put out, and then we have a chart school live series that we did over there, right? And I'm going through everything, especially Fibonacci's, moving averages, giving you everything, the lowdown and how just breaking it down the TA that I do. I welcome everybody to go over there, and if you got questions, leave questions there. That leads to more videos and input. The more questions comments I get on those videos, the more videos that I follow up with to answer those questions, and I just never really got any. Seems like there was one, and did I forget it? Oh gosh darn it. Hope everyone bought the dip or your bags regained, says Cario. Oh, there's Joe. There's Joe. What's the difference between SpaceX and Bitcoin? SpaceX will actually return to Earth after takeoff. Glittery says, Bitcoin equal 1 Bitcoin. This is the ultimate coping mechanism for investors during price cash, reminding them that the asset's value is constant in its own terms. Smooth criminal, nice fit. Me David says, I got my shorts ready for the next leg down. Take profit 106, take profit 2 at 102. If we do it. And well, I can see arguments for both sides with the indicators I got. Ichimoku Cloud looks like she's ready to dump us down. Moving averages, I'm questioning the. Me too, but I should only short if the game is on the line. Well, for me to feel comfortable shorting, I've got to get up. I like to short from these areas, right? Like if we come back up to that 0.5 Fibonacci area and we can't get past it, like on Bitcoin or whatever, that's where I would kind of look at. My least favorite place, to me, I'm sorry, I can't change my mindset, and I don't want to, but just like the guru that I saw tonight that was talking about opening a short here. If you opened a short here, what he was talking about it. You hopefully you would have been stopped out, or you'd have to a bigger ass stop loss. Why not try to open your short from over here when you come back up? That one got up to our 618, so that was giving me, when we got up past the 0.5, that's what gave me some hope that we weren't going to come down here. Because until it did that, I was eyeballing down here these areas back in 108 or wherever. But because that we got up that far, I wasn't looking for as low of a low. I was actually looking for 786, but she came down and decided to do a complete double bottom. And so, and now, what we got now? We got rejected. So maybe got rejected. So this might be it. Let's see, get our trend line. And this might be what we're looking for here. What we got? We're testing the 21 9-moving average. What am I on? 6 minute. 9-minute average is still above the 21, so there's a chance that we're just holding here. And actually, price did come back up. Let's get the regular Christmas tree candles. You can see it. So that's what happens. We bounced off the 21 right there. Right. Looks different on my Hakinashi, right? So, whew, okay. we still got a chance to come and do what we need to do, right? Oh man, what are you doing here? What was that? All right, swing high to swing low. Oh, did you? Well, this one also went up past the 0.5. It didn't hold it, but we got there, so maybe we got something. Let's see. It's still a little. But this one also went up and lost it too, but we didn't come down as low. So see if we can still stick around and try. We made a higher low. See if we can make a higher high. Get past the 618. But that was nice that we spiked up past that area. So sweet. I like that. It's giving me some hope, but the charts are nasty looking. They do look nasty. They do look bearish. And I'm sidelined on a lot of stuff. I'm sitting there. Well, wait a minute. You didn't stop me out, did you? Am I still in my... Yeah, I'm still in my big ass trade. So I've got and they check and make sure I got my and my stop limits. I've got mine at 1.0. I could raise them up now though. If I could. I can, and I may do that. I may have to do that. I could raise them up to 109.9 because I've got them at 109.4. Let me take care of that. 109.900. That way, at least if they come and get me, I come out with a little something. Just up a few $100s. Probably wouldn't even take care of the exchange fees, but at least I don't have to pay for them, right? How much did you have over there? 0.25. Okay. All right, so we'll and I've got them layered. I don't just have one stop loss. I'm doing like maybe 25% or 50% or something like that at certain ones. All right, so I'm raising my stop losses up just a little bit as we start getting away from my entry area here. And I'll tell you, man, we're at an area. I've been looking at the 10-second chart just because it moves so slow right now. It's just so slow. We're just at turtle speed that even the 10-second, not on this chart though. Not enough volume there. It looks a little bit better on this one. Where's this? Coinbase? So just been watching it for the most. It feels like you're trading the 15-minute almost, or maybe the 5-minute or something. It's just very slow too on the 10-second. There's just there's no money out here, which is kind of a good thing, I guess. That, well, at least the whales aren't dumping us just yet. But we always got tomorrow. Here on the 10-second, we are flipping in the ribbon. That hasn't happened in a long time. We tried to flip it, didn't. Now you flipped it over here for a little bit, right? So you can flip the ribbons a lot on the smaller time frames. They flip and plop a lot, right? They give and take. But we're starting to flip it, so that's giving us a sign here on the 10-second chart. We're getting ready to go up, baby. So that's cool. For how long, I don't know. But if you are looking to short, then that would be, in my personal opinion, that's what I would be doing. Wait till we go up and we peak somewhere. Hope it should be a lower high if you want to short, right? If it gets a higher high, we don't want to short necessarily, unless it's like a bearish retest or something. But I don't like shorting at bottoms though. It's the same as buying the damn top. It's the same as buying the damn. You flip this upside down, it's like a flag to the outside. I'm going to buy when it breaks out of the top. And what happens, man? I mean, every once in a while I'll do that. I might add to positions when use that to maybe add to positions when we break a certain level. I might throw a little bit more into a position. It's not the best place to do it either. It raises my average entry up that much more. If I add it at a bottom, that would be better. But let's say that I flipped the chart upside down, and if we're trying to short support, or when it breaks support, right? And you ever seen a flag break to the upside and then they come right back in and then they dump? Yeah, that kind of thing. So it's to me when I look at that, It feels like long in the top, shorting the bottom and long in the top. So it's against my rules. And so I try not to do that for that reason right there. However, longing, but because I mean, if you were to do that, you'd have to have a tight stop loss too, or a lot of people would put their stop losses down here or something like that, and we'll come back in and take you out. Whatever that is, that's what you gave, whatever it came up to, and wherever you got in at the breakout and it comes back down, that's what you gave up, right? But what I like about these Fibonacci areas and things like that, areas of support and resistance, is that, and look at you try, don't break our levels. You're pissing me off, Bitcoin. Well, watch me get stopped out. But maybe you might get your short coming on. See if she comes down there and goes lower lows. That would suck. 9 is still above the 21. If you keep going, it's going to cross. I'm just telling you, but stop. Go to that cloud. Go to the cloud. What are you doing, Bitcoin? You were looking good on the 10-second. What the hell happened? We were just talking about you flipped the ribbon. It's doing awesome. So, doesn't make any sense for it to flip that ribbon and go to a lower low, does it? You think it will? It can do any damn thing it wants to, I guess, but that would just be unruly. Unexpected on my end. Come on, make Road Dog look stupid. Let's go. Are you going to do it? Ichimoku Cloud, you're looking nasty over here on the 10-second. Well, let's see how this holds up. Well, look at you, little. Are you trying to give us a? Can you hold? Can you hold? That's the question. Can you hold it? Can you get above the 9 moving average? I'd feel better if you did. I really need to see you get above that 9 moving average. Make me feel a little bit better, not make me feel as stupid. I'm just saying. Now you're starting to flip the ribbons. I told you, they don't last very long, do they? They didn't last, but I would expect that one to last longer. This is bull crap. Bitcoin, this is bull crap. I'm just telling you. Oh, I'm watching you. Oh, I'm watching you. You respect that trend line. Yeah, you respect that. You get above that 9 moving average, Bitcoin. You do what Daddy tells you to do. I'm being stupid, people. But now you got me reeled in. Now I gotta see on the 10-second chart, because you come over here and started making me look stupid. I don't like it. Don't make me look stupid. Catch down here, baby. Come on. So we got above the 0.5 and touched the little 618, and hopefully that's the reason I'm going to ABC correction. You see that? ABC. Elliot, do you see that? Oh, look, Elliot does. How did you count all this? How did you count this riffraff? Because I wouldn't be able to count the 5 waves up, not by the rules. One. Wait. Oh, 1, 2. What? Where's your 4? Well, that overlaps this one. That breaks the rules, Elliot. Anyway, that's a nice ABC correction. At least we can agree on that if it holds. Above the 9. Come on, 9. Cross the 21. I got to see some action here. Oh, there we go. All right. So that would have been a place to short. Temporarily. But even then, and we're on such a small time frame, such a small spread, man. $1,000 spread. You'd have to use extremely high leverage, and you see with this price action, it could just chop you up so easy right now. So you didn't stop me. Oh shoot! I raised my stop loss, didn't I? I forgot about that. Ah, stupid! Well, I just got stopped out, ladies and well, I partially stopped out, and do I want to get back in with that portion? Well, I gotta say, oh, I'm not on the 10-second chart anymore. Do I want to get back in at that? Dang. Let me get set up in case I want to get back in, or if I get a chance to get back in here. And I'll have to set a higher stop loss for that one. And my stop losses will be below this line right here. Which for me, on my position, what was that? You wick down to where? 109,639 on my exchange. 9 across the 50. We're below the 9. I'm gonna see if we can get down to this 21 here. And I get myself set up so I can get my entry. Looks like I'm getting in at 11,000 on my exchange, or 109.9 is what it says, if I can get it. There's a spread, and you never know exactly what you're going to get. Unless you set a limit order and it hits it. Look, a flag to the upside, Helen. All right, me stop losses go. And I am doing stop market. Oh, I could have got you cheaper. Could have, oh, what was it? Something 69. 109,639. I'm going tight because if it breaks this level, if it does break this level, and it could come down and be nasty and just do a little wick. That would be nasty. That'd be mean. Why can't I ever remember that number? I've called it out 3 times. 109,639. Hey, that's 639. And I'll take a quarter of a Bitcoin off right there. Look, is it the flag to the upside, Helen? Did it come to a 382 Fibonacci? If it did, then it's probably a flag. Oh, I didn't. Out. Let me get you down here. Look, we got a 382 Fibonacci. We might have a flag. We're looking for this little. Can you make a higher high? I'm looking for 2 targets. I'm looking for this one, and I'm looking for this one. If it can hold it. You got to bounce off of here, though. Red cloud. You got a chance. I don't know. That looks weird. I like kind of roundy clouds. I don't like these little. What is this triangle-looking shaped cloud here that's doing all this? I don't like that. That looks indifferent. And you lost the 9 moving average. Come on, let's do something, people. Bounce off this fib area. You can do it. I got faith in you, Bitcoin. You can do it. Give us a breakout. Draw a trend line, baby. You had this one in a breakout and a retest. Yeah, I like that idea. Come on, baby. Let's do it. Get some volume in here. Get some volume. Look, little green showing up. Little green. Yeah, yeah. All right. I'm spending too much time over here on Bitcoin. I just wanted to make sure that we get our stuff in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at altcoins. Let me come back over to the chat, see if you... Oh, look, nice little spiky. Flag to the upside. See, most people take a target, and even before a breakout, they would put it somewhere. And you can, depending on the angle of it, right? But the best thing to do is take your measure move, and you can do this. You put it at the Fibonacci, at the bottom there. A little bit more accurate. I'm just saying. Just my observations. Let's go at least touch that 200 moving average. Come on, baby. Can you do it for me? Can you do it for me? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. That's my target. Go touch it. Go touch it. Let me come over to the chat. I'm sorry. I'm like some of the other ones. Hey, bro, you should DM me. Hey, Justin X. Hey, are you still here, Justin? You can stream on there at the same time, but you'll make a shitload more on there. You were talking about the pump thing, Justin. Hey, Justin. You were talking about you were talking about doing the streaming or doing the channel, right? I don't. You may have already done this, but I thought, and I know you got a YouTube channel, but I thought a good video, man, would be for you to talk about your mindset, about how you did with Clash. What you said you turned like $174 into something like 50,000 or whatever it got to. Man, that would be excellent content right there, just to go over the story behind it. What made you decide to go with it? How did you come across it? Were you just watching George's stream? Did you find out from somewhere else? How you learned about it? How you finding your alpha and stuff like that? And what gave you the conviction to try it? Why you picked the amount that you went, and how it went for you, and and that, hey man, this crap can happen. That man, I think that would be a lot of sought out information out there. I think that crypto YouTube or even wherever would eat that up. I'm just saying. You could make like 1,000 a night if you want. I will buy your coin right away and hodl, Pam. I'm serious. I got to look into that. I don't know, but I do need to do something to make the streaming income a little bit more lucrative if I want to be able to keep this up. So I might have to look in on that. I just have been too lazy to check it out. And I got to see how that coin stuff works too, right? Come on, hit my target, baby. Come on, let's go do it. Can you do it? Can you do it? So what I did is AB equals CD. It's a fib target. It's based on the measured moves, but with fibs. It's really cool. And it's the first step to harmonic trading, I found. In fact, all those harmonic patterns have an AB equals CD in them, from what I understand. Apex says, I left Coinbase and Robinhood for a reason. Yeah. I don't do anything on Coinbase anymore. I still use Robinhood. I got some stuff over there. I got some Bitcoin, and when it was topped out, I put it into a few little stocks and things like that. I use E-Trade for most of my stock trading. Still, nothing's that cool, as easy to maneuver around with and accessible as crypto, because it's 24/7, and you can do it on, you know, you don't have to be on a certain exchange or a certain thing. DeFi and all that other stuff just makes it so easier. Justin says, yeah, George made his own Clash. You didn't touch my target. You only got 1 hump, 2 hump. Where's your 3 hump dump dump? George made his own chain too, Clash, and I got in at 50,000 and held to 80 million. You're effing set. So he got in when it had a $50,000 market cap and it is up to 80 million. That's pretty good for his coin. I mean, that's good for a meme coin. I will pump your coin too. Claire Marshmallow says, preach on Road Dog. I've already forgot what I was talking about. I'm way behind on the chat. Look how way up. I'm way behind here. Oh, we got arrows pointing up. Let me see if I can. See, it takes me so long to catch up with the chat. Works bitches. I'm just kind of scanning through them. Just making sure. Board PC guy, good to see you, man. I came over here saying hi to everybody, and then I started getting involved. The fear spread. I think I missed something. I trade on Fulcrum and Kronos during crash. It's underrated in a small amount of pairs, but it never went down or I had incorrect prices. Not financial advice, but it works in a pinch. Just saying. That's good to know. The fear is spreading, people. Oh, look at you. Okay. You did the little tricky. Now we'll put you over here. I don't like to do this, but we do. Our situation is we broke trend line, so now we're looking for 3 rises up, and then we go to correction typically, right? Broke trend line, so I'm expecting it to ride it up. It'll probably hit this target, do a double top, and then we start coming down. Hopefully not lower though. Hopefully do an ABC correction or whatever. Elliot, are you counting? You're not even counting over here, Elliot. Are you counting here? Elliot, you're so finicky. Or do you want to make a lower low? Come on, baby. I really want you to hit one of these targets. Come on now. Bottom indicator. It's this guy right here, lol. Wow, I am way behind. Seriously, he has been a really good bottom indicator when he calls short. But the thing is, the next day he comes back and says, we called that bottom. He'll call things both ways, man. Like tonight, he was, it was the symmetrical triangle, right? I guess we got to zoom out so we can look at the chart. Do you have symmet? No, he had the, he was going with this. My least favorite pattern is to do this, right? Because that's so subjective. To not be subjective, you connect dots to trend lines, and then you get what I consider to be the real pattern right here, right? for where you're getting the most touches there. That's and it parallels any other channel line you got there is how I look at it. You make a point for some of these candle bodies, and maybe you would come up with something a little bit more like a falling wedge. But I don't like descending triangles because I see a lot of people force them, and rarely do you see. Sometimes you will see the price action perfectly make these patterns, and that's how you know you really got it. You know, I mean, oh, that's what we're looking for, a descending triangle or something, right? But the point is, the price came up into this to form this pattern. So technically, it would be a bull flag. Technically, price rose into it, and it would be a continuation pattern. Technically, price coming up into it to form it, to break to the upside, right? I mean, that's what continuation patterns are supposed to do. The spike made it unique. Instead of it coming down from here and forming it to continue down, it came from the bottom to form it, and it should technically continue up. Are you at my 0.5? Look at you. Are you going to clear my level? Make me feel better about life. I'm just saying on the 15-minute. But you know, you would get that. You'll get a pattern, but the dude will call it both ways. It's always, look, there's a top reversal pattern right here to the downside, which I'm sorry. These are for tops, price rising into. Now you can make the argument price rose into this one. Maybe you can make that argument like I'm making about the flag. Maybe that can stand true, but normally you see that come at bottoms and stuff. Or you don't apply this pattern to bottoms if you want good results. Every once in a while you might see it play out and you might consider, well, it works every time. No, a lot of times these do not work at all. But you make a call to the downside and then also get a flag, you know, up to the upside, and then you come the next day saying, yeah, we nailed it. We nailed that bottom. And I'm like, you just called both ways. You didn't, that wasn't a call. And I don't know why we got to be so big. I called this and I did that and all this anyway. That starts getting into ego and stuff. And ego is something that will get you wrecked in this market. Ego will mess with your emotions, and your emotions will be off kilter. And if your emotions are off kilter, you're going to be trading emotionally because you're going to be overconfident with that ego. And you're going to screw up. You've got to be humble in this market, or the market will humble you. And come on, baby. You still ain't hit my target. You suck. What did you do? Oh my! Wait a minute. Or I've already forgot. This is not the same chart. That was not the target. Where do we have the target? Oh, that was it. It was these two. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, you wanted to blast through my targets, make me look stupid. I'm not mad at you. I like it. Did you? That's where you scared. Okay. We were on the 10-second. That was it. Now it looks familiar. I was like, okay. So we had this trend line. I was expecting to, I expected it to kind of make a double top here. That's what I was saying last. And I was wrong, people. I was wrong about Bitcoin making a double top over here. I didn't call that. I missed that. And my target sucked because she just kept on going. But I ain't mad at it from a little bottom part. Keep on going, baby. Keep on doing what you do, Bitcoin. Be at 110.5. I'm glad that I got stopped out and was able to get back into and didn't just sit here on the sidelines watching you get away from me saying, damn, I missed a good entry again. And this one might take on the 10-second. We're still in the 10-second. We still got a lot of work to do, people. But if you front run a short to the downside, you're kind of sitting here saying, why am I in drawdown again? I tried to short this market 3 times, and 3 times it has failed. Because there's no confirmation for a short here. That's support. Worst place to short is support. Even if you break that support, a lot of times it doesn't. A lot of times it's a fake out. You got to wait for confirmations after you break it. If you're going to short support, you've got to see price come down below it, and you got to see a bearish retest and then drop lower. And this is kind of what the stuff that Joe's teaches too over there. For to be safe, you got to do that with something like this. And the same thing, the bad thing is short and support is that most of the moves already down with it. You've already come down so much anyway. How much further can you go? And so you wait for this to get a short, and then you only get so much. You either get stopped out or you get a very little return. That's why I don't like shorting support. I got a song about it and stuff, but you'll hear me say that. But it doesn't mean that, you know, if it's your thing and you like it and you got a system to make it work for you, then who am I to say anything, right? It's whatever works for you. But that's just been based on my experiences and my opinions on it. Are we getting a breakout? Is Bitcoin getting a breakout? Did we tap bottom? Did we tap bottom when your big gurus are calling for short? Is that what happened tonight? I don't know. I'm hoping we got a bottom. I do not know. I just know what the fibs tell me, that this was a good place for it to happen, and that this has already done a lot of the work for us. Is for being bearish. It's there's no need to we go bearish to reset the market. You know, that crash kind of already did it for us. And usually when you get a big ass crash, you usually get a recovery. This crash happened on a Friday when the regular markets are not available. Now, but it still remains, will there be another crash come Monday or Tuesday? So hopefully we need to see some good positive feedback about the tariff situation. I don't think it was so much the tariff. Well, I mean, on Wall Street it was. It did scare them. But for crypto, they took advantage of that, in my personal opinion, and they just made it worse. And it was manipulation in crypto across the board, in my personal opinion. Still got it. We still got manipulation here. All right, let me come. I want to skip through a lot of the chat because you guys said things 30 minutes ago and nobody remembers the context of it anymore. So if you do have a question for me, I guess you can, there's a way to label it or something, some way that I can get it. Oh crap, I'm not trying to do that. I always do that when I try to pull up the chat. Lev Trade Kramer, says Ali Medina. Lol. I need to watch the episode from yesterday, says Strega. Nice music late night at the Windjammer 2000. Thank you for having this space for me, Road Dog. I know it's not worth any USDT, but these nuts like this, I like to just be around crypto people. Me too. And that's listen, my stream. Really, what my goal here on the stream is. I was talking with Joe on Telegram earlier about it. You know, what I used to do before I ever started YouTube or anything, when it come to crypto, and even this dude, before he got into his leverage kick and got even more ego than he had before. Yes, I used to watch him because he would go through a lot of different coins and everything, and it was very similar in style to the trading group. He actually came from the same trading group that I came from. I didn't know it at the time and didn't know him in the group, and I don't remember him from the group at all. But he was in there. I think he was a moderator in there, yeah. And would post charts and everything, and needless to say, there were either cup and handles or flags to the upside. Where were we going with that? I totally forgot. Had a brain fart there. Hey, me, Damon, received a gift membership from my Haven Pack. You sent a gift. Thank you so much, Haven. I appreciate that for the gift memberships right there. Gives you access to the videos that aren't available regular, which does break down my secret sauce and all that stuff. And let me back up here. This is better than cable. What? Road Dog gonna spank it now. Trump Media Technology, Michael Anthony. Hey, I loved you in Van Halen. You're rock, man. Greatest bass player ever. Trump Media Technology, DJT, has accumulated approximately $2 billion in Bitcoin and related assets, representing about 2/3 of his total liquid assets. Well, that's the one to go with. I mean, for real, altcoins have been nothing but disappointment for the most part. A few outliers, but they always give up their games. They get hot and then they get not. And Bitcoin is the real deal. And it will continue to be. And if you're not getting it now, you're going to feel really stupid when it does hit those $250,000 areas and $500,000 Bitcoin and 1 million. And each cycle that we're gradually going up and raising the bar and never coming back lower, right? That's just what we do every cycle. So, I mean, I get staking rewards. I can burn with Bitcoin. And I need to go do that tonight, probably. I try to do that like every weekend. I go through my staking rewards and all that stuff. But a lot of times I'll convert them to Bitcoin, and then anything that's up, like Zcash against Bitcoin, hell yeah. I should have put more limit orders out. I had a few from last week while seeing them all hit. Oh wow, cool. See, there's an argument. There's an argument for doing that. I mean, you never know when it's going to happen, but when it does happen, you came up though, Strega, didn't you? Not a bad idea at all, man. Not a bad idea. I mean, think of it this way: if you got some extra stable coin on your, if you go, get a pile of cash, it's hard for me to do because I keep going all in crypto every time I get cash. That is a definite bad habit. I need a big old vial of a big old bag of stable coins. What I need to work on. But you could store it on limit orders on the exchange, and yeah, you can always, use it when you need it for something else. But if you just got it stored there in limit orders at really juicy prices and something like this happens, wow. I mean, that's a strategy. And it may work and it may not work. But when it does work, I got to say, man, you owned it. Strega says time is happy. Is it? It's about time. So maybe people are starting to appreciate the tone. No, it's not. It ain't happy at all. You fooled me, Strega. It's $8. That's sad. Time ain't happy. Oh, no, this is it. This is on Coinbase. Time. Now this one I've been disappointed. This one, it's a little bit nichey, I guess. I mean, it sounds good, business and crypto. It's called Chronotech. It's got a $6 million market cap. It's so tiny. It's so tiny. It has only got 710,000 coins. I'm so disappointed. This one's got so much potential. But apparently, I must not be privy to the use case because it just doesn't do much. But it's kind of a neat thing. It's blockchain human resources. This has been around for a while, right? Using blockchain to streamline global access to work and payments. It's a legit use case. It's just not being used. It's too early, I guess. But it's founded in 2016. It's been around for a while. We got 5 products out there. That's the token supply, 710,000, 30 plus employees, and founded in Sydney, Australia. So it's from down under. But its all-time high was 3 years ago. It got up to $569, and I'm just sitting here patiently. That's what I'm telling myself, patiently waiting until we can try to do something like that again, because when the hype comes, and if they can just get this out there, it just needs a little attention. It wouldn't take much to pump something like this. This has such a low market cap and such a low amount of coins. That's how you get these numbers like 569. That's how you can get the big gains. But I got to tell you, for the past 3 years, maybe $24 is as much as I've seen out of it, and I didn't do anything with it there. My average buy-in is more than this. I think it's around $12 about average that I got in. That's cheap if I want to get more, but I can't make myself get more because of its performance. But it stayed. I mean, you can see the chart here, right? It stayed $2. Oh man, it stayed $2 for a long time. It got up to 12, 23, 24, and that's what it does. That's about as high as it's went so far too. So repeating its bear market stuff. And then $19, and then it went to 26, and then we started going to 40, and then it exploded to 50, and then it kept going, 179, 200, and then we got the blow off top there at $569. So the gains would come quick, and you got to be on your toes to do it. But it's just been slow coming. Oh, look at what happened, Bitcoin. Oh, that's time. I thought, what happened, Bitcoin? So this, if I'm looking at this right, that should be a. Are you a 236? No. You're a 236. So I'm looking at all these setups to try to possibly get up, and we just come down and made a lower low. Time down cheaper than it. I mean, it's the bottom over here in 2023 was $13 and stuff, right? So I was buying around here. And so I guess my bag is down in the water. Let me come back to the Bitcoin. What are you doing now? Did you do something stupid while I was gone? I can keep an eye on Bitcoin. This price action is so little and just so still. I mean, if you're looking on bigger time frames, we're just here. We're just stuck. It's like, oh my God, these candles aren't moving. They're stuck. They're not doing anything. They're just there. You cleared a candle below this trend line. That's not good. I don't like that. That's not a good sign. I don't like that. That's not a good thing. You're supposed to wick back into it, darling. The only thing can save us now is a bear trap. You got to get back up there, baby. Come on. You can do it, Bitcoin. I got faith in you. Your moving averages are looking so good. Looking so good. You just need to go back and test each and every one of them, starting with the 9 and then to the 21, which is over here at 117. Come on, Bitcoin. You know you want to, don't you? Don't you want to be a winner? Higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. So the bigger time frames, we're just stuck there, not doing anything. So I actually have to come to the 1 minute and everything if I want to see some decent price action. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. But I've even been watching the 10-second chart. I've been making my plays on the 10-second charts because it's been moving at such a snail's pace here, and the gains are so little. There's just, there's nothing there. Nice little rounding going on here. Nice little scallop. Nice little scallop. Higher highs, higher lows, baby. That's the first sign that it's trying to recover, and we knocked out this one. That's a good sign for me that we're trying to at least recover locally, and maybe it can continue, and we got to take out this trend line and get back in it, right? So we're looking at possibly getting rejected over here, and that could be a short point, right? And that would make a good place to try to open a short. And at least at this idea, if you did open a short here, right, we get up there, the idea would be you can get a tight ass stop loss because it should get rejected, right? So you don't lose as much, but you gain a lot more if it does happen. And if it goes in your favor, you win. You start winning right off the bat. And if it goes against you, you know it real quick because you got stopped out very short. But what if it spikes up and comes back in? Well, then you can try it again for one thing. Or you can go low. You can take your stops as far as you want to go, man. But you can get tighter stops this way, and therefore a better risk reward ratio by trying to catch a peak, where it's a higher, preferably a lower high is what you're looking for. This one would be resistance, so that's why it might be worth a play, an idea there. I had one decent short, and it was taking it from down till we got I forgot where we were. I did do a short, and it did pretty good for me. It might have been from over here. Or maybe it was, no, was it one of these? It was one of these, and it did pretty good. But I haven't had an opportunity to really get another good one. I tried to, I got out, and then I tried to short again, and then it started trying to chop me up a little bit and go against me. So I didn't want to do that anymore. I tried to do what some other people were doing, and it just doesn't work that good, in my opinion. Jay Violet, good to see you. Hey, you're back. Justin X Crypto, can you check out PFP? What is that? Is it on exchanges? PFP. Clippy, is that what it is? Clippy? Clippy PFP cult. You don't want to go to Polynex because they got crappy charts because they don't have enough volume to give you a nice. Mexi should have them. Whoa. That's Pump Fun Peppy, that's not it. Oh gosh darn it. Short-term memory loss, what was it? PFP? PFP. What are you? PFP on weeks. It's at 0.0035. Well, the smallest time frame. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, so it looks kind of new. Green dot on the 4 hour. Hasn't reclaimed the 9, but it looks like it's trying to right now. Might be some resistance up ahead. 21 moving average and this trend line bumping our head somewhere around 0.004. It's coming down a smaller time frame. Since it's new, we can get more noise in here. And let's take our trend line now and just oh, nice. Okay, well, look at that. Maybe I was wrong about that. It would have been from okay, from here, well, that looks really nice. So we got a nice solid trend line with lots of nice touches there, and that's acting as support. Don't need to make a decision to the downside unless it breaks that, right? And looks like we're starting to squeeze here, so we can draw another trend line, candle bodies to candle bodies, and doing that looks like we got an official breakout from that aspect. However, it's still going to be fuzzy because we're going to have a kind of a little zone here, fuzziness, that we could get rejected. So it's important it takes out that high. I think it's working on it. Ichimoku Cloud could look a little bit more inviting, but hey, we'll take what we can get. She's been making the higher lows. Just need to make some higher highs now. We're still in the good discount buy zone right here. Anywhere under 0.0038 is a good place to build a bag of it. A good place to take your first profit would be right here. However, I think your main target we're going to look at is going to be the 618 area right there. This is an instance where she didn't get past the 0.5, but she didn't come down lower. That's good. They don't have to, but they can. So 0.40047, and I got a second target there. And that should do pretty good short term. Overall, I guess we can look at the bigger picture of stuff too. So if we are looking for a, well, before I get too antsy, let me check a few little things here. 7, 8, okay. We want to look at this guy for your main target for right now. So these are good on the way up, but this one, if it makes a lower high, that's where it'll make it. It may pull back here and do come back and retrace and then move on. And I'll even give you a bonus target over here based on what we've got here of your higher high area. And you did, and it's these two guys right here. So for the 786 retracement, I want to look at these two particular fib areas. And if it's going to go up and make a higher high, these are the places where these are the potential reversal zones. They call it the PRZ. Because you need one more acronym in crypto to remember. And so I'm giving it to you. PRZ, potential reversal zone. And that's what they use in harmonic trading. They talk about that. So these are some good. This is a good target, a good main target, main target. Could take profit targets just to get a little in your bag there in case it doesn't pan out right. To safeguard your bag, to manage your risk, take a little along the way there. And if you look at that idea from here to there, 28%, 67% to the main target, 100% gains, moon bag territory, baby. Build a $100 bag here, take your $100 out here, and now you got a free $100 bag to no risk whatsoever. And that's my favorite technique to use. When you can do it and remember to do it and you make it happen, you get a free bag. It's like somebody handing you free money, and they can grow or dump to zero. A lot of times they grow. You just got to hold on to them. And it's good if you can wash, rinse, repeat and keep doing the same coin rather than have a big ass portfolio of 250 different projects that you got to keep up with, because that's not advisable either. Just saying. Guilty. What if we caught up to our higher high? 160%. So this is PFP. I'm going to take this and we'll copy it as a trade setup. She's got a breakout going right now. It's a 1 hour time frame. Good little targets. I need to put my little measurement tool here. So I'm basically looking for this target first. I'm looking for you. And then mostly looking for you, the 113. It can't get up here, but usually we find that will have. Oh, it looks 101% to here. I thought it was. Oh, it is. Moonbag. Oh, okay, that was our. Yeah, it gets up to this target, and that's Moonbag. Let's take this and put it here, and we'll take it up here to that first target. So this is my trade setup for PFP. If we can fit it all in here. And we need to just come back and follow up and see how it did. But those are the main pivot points where I expect price to have some kind of reaction, making them good take profit points, and then maybe you can buy in when it comes down, sell again when it comes to another one, right? But these are where it should hit its head and have a reaction. The method it gets there, I do not know. I do not trust. I don't come on here and there's a good reason why I don't, because price never does what I want it to do. I can't draw you the pathway that it's going to take to get up here, right? I could do that. I could say, oh, I could do this, and when we come back and look at it, it's never going to be like that. But in overall sense, that's kind of what we're looking at, right? But it can how it gets. I don't care how it gets to the targets. I just care that it gets to the targets. It can be as ugly or as beautiful as a path that it wants to get there. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about where it gets there and where it pulls back to. Where it gets there and where it pulls back to if I want to add. I don't give a crap about what it looks like on the, because yeah, I'm not. Rarely ever will it follow your drawing. And if it does, you gotta come on YouTube. Look, I followed my drawing. Join my, BitBoy used to do that. Look, I drew this little squiggly line and Price followed it. Oh my God, I'm a genius. This stuff just rolls. I just do it naturally. I don't know what's the ego gets involved, I guess. I don't know. And ego gets wrecked. Ask BitBoy. He was known for his ego. Yeah, whole different lifestyle now, right? Whole different. I hope he does okay. So PFP, we gotta put that. We're gonna in the trade setups. PFP, and I don't know what this one is. What was it? What was this one again? Well, we never even looked at it. What is this? It's probably important that we find out what we're trading. No, it's not that. It's not. Clippy PFP cult. Wait a minute. Did I get the right one? This is PFP on next. See, it should be the right one. What's our price? 0.0035, right? 0.00. Okay. 0.000. 0.00. Well, I think I got the wrong one. I don't know what this is. Well, I'm probably coming back to the chat saying, you got the wrong one. This one's got, okay, so Clippy PFP cult, if that's the one that you're talking about, Gator, $378,000 market cap, a little under 1 billion coins. And that wasn't it. It's Clippy. Let me come back to the chat. All right. Yes, Pump Fun. Oh, wait a minute. That's it? Pump Fun Peppy? Pump Fun Peppy is taking over. Was that it? Is this Pump Fun Peppy? Okay, I thought it was Clippy. Okay. Pump Fun Peppy. Pump Fun Peppy. It's up 11%. Okay, this, okay, 3.0035. Okay, so we got the right. That's, okay, yeah, the chart looks good. $3 million market cap. 3.5. Still small. It looks like it could do some damage. I mean, it's a meme coin. You got that. I mean, just as long as you know that, and they're the best for in and out. Pump Peppy. Well, you got my little Degen kind of excited about this one now. Let's see, it's all-time high was 0.008 and it's now 57%, 60% drop. All-time low was 7 days ago, it's 7 days ago, and it's up 176% from that. It's at 0.0012. So shoot. I'm gonna look over my Phantom wallet, see if I got anything I can work with over here. It will not be my wrapped Bitcoin, I'll tell you that. Oh, there's some Solana over there. Pardon me a moment while I'll take a look at this little Degen opportunity. This is the 1 hour. We're looking like on the 6 minute. We're just now starting to get the little breakout area. God, I don't know. I'm not recommending that you play this for any particular reason, but I'm going to take an entry here at 0.003. I just got to look up the contract on my phone here. And I'm going to go back to CoinGecko there in PFP. So small market cap. I like that. She's just now getting started. Remember, Justin got into Clash when it was, what did he say? 30,000 something market cap, and then went up to 80 million, right? This one's at 3 million. If it gets up to 30 million, it's a 10x from here. If it goes to 3 cents, you've 10x'd whatever you put in. Put $25 in, now you got $250. Put in a little on the way as it goes up, you know, or whatever, however you want to do it. So I'm going to see if I'm going to try to take advantage of that if I can remember how to. There we go. They changed it on here. PFP. Pump Peppy. Okay, but I'm going for another meme coin. I got to copy the address. So I need to do that here. I'm going to go. Okay, so I'm going to. Now we know what it is. Let me copy that. Let me get my order first before it does something though. Okay, copy the address. I'm going to my wallet. Let's go back to the trade setup over here. And I'm going to swappy. And Dolan Duck, is that one still? There we go, Fun Peppy. So you've got to get the contract address or you'll end up buying one of the damn rip-off coins, copycat coins. Where did you go? Solana. I'm going to put... I'm gonna put about 45 bucks in it. I'm gonna put a quarter of a Solana. That'll give me about 12,000. Oh, 12,000. Now you coming down? Now it's 12,408 contracts or tokens. And I'm just on a swap. No limit orders. I'm just on a swap. And let's see how this little thing goes. All right, so let's do now. I'm gonna put this over into the trade group. We'll follow up on this one. Appreciate you, Justin. That one. You bring them to me when they're at a bottom. I like them. When they're at a top, I don't like them so much, right? When there's something like this, I like it. See what we can get going on here. All right, so let's go to Telegram and I already got that. Okay, well now I need the contract address again because I copied something else. And what was the name of it? It was Pump Peppy. Pump Peppy from a live stream for details. And looks like a nice setup. I also need. Can I do more than one picture? Can I do this? What happened? I think I can copy this. I can copy that, and I think I can put it over there too, right? I wish I'd put it on the chart. Can I add it? Okay, I can. Okay. Oh no, don't cancel. All right, so oh, I got two. Oh, so what? No, don't cancel uploading. So I guess it's still uploading stuff. Why is that taking a while? All right, so we got that posted over there, and there we go. $3.5 million market cap. If it gets up to 30 million, 10x. That could happen with a meme coin. If it gets up to 10 million, you did 2.5x, right? Pretty cool, pretty cool. I see a 20x coming, easy. Let's see, you would have to get like 60 million market. Yeah, well, I mean, it could. Depends on how high it can go, how much hype the meme can get. It's the first that I've heard of it, but I like the chart. I pretty much like the chart there. Wanda says, can you look at Pepcoin, Peppy on its own blockchain on MEXC and COINEX? Hey, thank you for being in the stream. Every chain has a Peppy, and this is Solana's Peppy. All right, well, let's take a look at. And MEXC here. This is PEP, P-E-P on MEXC. Okay, that's. We went with a deep ass retracement right here, didn't we? Let me see what we got. I think I'm trying to get used to using this tool thing over here. And let's go for an impulse and see what we got. That's a deep ass retracement there, didn't you? Well, you came all the way back down to 0. All right, well, let me do it my way, which is a little different. So, well, I should have drawn the other one on there. So this was a 786. It came, tried to bounce, lost it. It looks like a slow burn down, but I would expect it to. Doesn't necessarily have to touch this, like go down and touch it, but most of the time they do, and it's just kind of a little slow rounding accumulation burn down through there. So it looks to me like she's an accumulation. There's a bearish cross trying to happen there too on the 4 hour. So it looks to me like it'll spend some time down here accumulating. It already had its big run up, blow off top, whatever. It went had its parabolic move. Then after that, they come back and consolidate for a minute. Kind of like this, something kind of like, maybe not as long as this, but we're starting to enter this accumulation phase right here. That's what this was, accumulation phase. So you more likely got plenty of time to build up a bag of this particular asset, whatever it is. She's still under all the stuff here. So this is the great buy zone from 0.00024 to 0.0003. That's not that much of a difference, right? It's a 30% range here, so your bag can fluctuate 30% depending on where you buy. Here's in the middle, you can go down 15% or up 15% and play that back and forth. I don't really like to buy in the middle, but you can start building a bag through here. And then eventually when it breaks out and then it starts coming back up to these areas, right? So like around here about 0.005. If you're getting down here and we get back up, you moonbagged it, right? But it can take it a while. This can take a while. they go down and sideways after they go up and pump, right? And what I'm looking for is a rounding shape to occur here, because it's already starting, right? It starts getting roundy. Oops, I screwed that up. Let's go to 4 hour. Doesn't look as roundy over here, does it? All right, here we go. Give me some room that I can operate in here. So I'll take this little guy, put him over here, and there we go. And you see how she's squeezing? Okay, we go through a squeeze, and then sometimes we might do a butt crack. It happens. It does a little harmonic pattern where it might come up to, let's get our fibs. So I'm just guessing. We don't have a solid bottom yet, so we're kind of guessing on the bottoms. Right now, this is what I got. So, but this can change, right? This little line can change because we don't know if we got a confirmed bottom. I'm actually looking for the 886 down here. I'm going to go ahead and draw to the 886. I'm going to draw to the 886. I'm going to front run that idea. I shouldn't be drawing these. It's a little too early, but I'm just trying to explain. And, okay, so we got a rounding shape that's starting to happen here. That's what happens in accumulation. It goes flat or a little bit rounding, right? Most cases, or dumps and hockey sticks and bounces. But for accumulation, it's rounded or flat usually. We want rounded, or some people swearing up and down by the flat ones. But then we can get the little spike up here, a little M shape, and come all the way back down. And so that's a good place to take profits, and it may not give you much of a move up to there, right? Well, 34% or something. And then we start working on an expansion phase, the open and broadening pattern, or the megaphone pattern, which is a bearish pattern, but they start, and it starts expanding out. So that's kind of the ideas that we're looking for, and it can take some time. So just as long as you know it's good, you can be here for a minute, like for, you know, all through November, and maybe into December before you start seeing something happen out of it, that kind of thing. Hopefully not. Hopefully, we're on the 4 hour chart. Give it about as much time. When was this? This was August to September, October, November. So around the end of November should start working, being out of here. So not bad. That's just my take on it. Justin X says, I wish I could clip this. Clip what? I think you can. Adil Shabir says, hey, Road Dog, can you please analyze SWE, please? I sure can. Let me come back up to my little marker and make sure I didn't miss any of the coin requests that I was supposed to come up here and look for. Where's that marker's way up here? CME Futures open Sunday, 5 p.m. Says, hey, Kelly, how's it going, Kelly? Or 4 p.m. Chicago time. There's Ave says, okay. And we got a request for XRP and SWE. And that's all the coin requests I see up there. Attention degen disorder. I got it bad. Kelly says, do you think we're in a flag on the 4 hour? I'm so late in the chat. What is chat anyway? Says Trigger. Hyper focus mode activated. I do go into hyper focus. That I think is one of the gifts of having ADD or ADHD, whatever you're gonna call it. I'm not hyperactive though. I think mine got missed because I have the inattentive type, which mostly girls get from what I understand. I'm not a girl. But it's the inattentive kind that I got. I'm like, what? Oh, did you say that? What? But you can get in a hyper focus, and that's when the magic happens, and you just zoom in on something and you can stay on it all the time. Whereas other times you're having to fight yourself to stay on task, right? But if you can trick your brain to flip on hyper focus, which I can learn to do apparently, but I get really zoned, and you can't pull me away from whatever I'm working on. Or if you do, I won't ever go back to it, right? I mean, I can be gung-ho on something, building something like building a CNC machine, or that's something I used to do, hobby CNC, or doing some little project, and I'll be all into it. But if I get drug off of it, interrupted, I may not go back to it. All right. And so if I get asked, like I tell my wife, if you want me to do something around that, you know, and yard work or whatever I'm doing around here, if you ask me to do something or to help you out with do something, you can't drag me off of it. Okay. Or you got to let me get into it and let me just do it. And you can't complain if I do it different than you do. That's another thing. Yay, Road Dog made it to the chat. Yep, finally. The Dusty Hump, hope all is well. Good to see you. I can see some new people in here and some people I haven't seen in a while. Mongoose Cloud, we got 22 people hanging out. Glad to have you guys here. Thank you so much for being here. There's a link for Joe's channel there.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Ave says, lost it all to Pump Fun memes. Thanks, Sean. That sounds like Sean. Yeah, those Pump Fun memes. I'm interested in finding about the Pump Fun streaming, though. That does sound, I just have not looked into it at all, but I don't. When Road Dog on a Fat Finger Peppy for real? What, you mean the Fat Finger Peppy trade's not gonna? Oh, it wasn't. Oh, I don't have the Fat Finger Peppy trade, do I? I did Fat Finger. Yeah, I do. I did 1.3 million Peppy. It's only down $500 right now. Huh. My XCN thing that I fat fingered is still down $2 million. This is paper trading. This is not real money. I wish it was. I'd close out that $2 million. I'd cash. I would take the money and run. 1.2 million on a $10,000 or $100,000 account's what they give you on the paper trading. But then they did something weird, and they did. It used to be kind of like spot. Now they got kind of leverage added to it. I don't know how this works. I don't know how, because if you got leverage, well, this one should have been liquidated. This trade shouldn't be here, down 69%. So it really confused me when whatever they did, they changed something over here, and now that's why I don't do much with it anymore, because I don't know how to take account of it. But I've got $500,000 in available funds. That's 5 times more than I started with over here, even though I'm down $2 million on an Onyx coin entry that I bought at. What did I buy you at? 0.03 cents. That looks like a good deal right there. I think it's going to keep going up. It's a flag to the upside. And she's 0.009. So it's on there just to document my walk of shame. Shame, shame, shame. All right, let me take a look at, we had a request for SWE and XRP. Let's take a look at that. There's a SWE on Binance. Look at you. SWE dropped down to 54 cents on Binance. What did you do on Bybit? Also to 55 cents. Looks like Bybit and Binance are using the same. Looks like they're using Binance. A lot of these found out today that a lot of the exchanges are using Binance as liquidity and market makers and stuff like that. And that's why they all did the same thing similar. And then the ones that didn't have that effect. Very curious, don't you think? A lot of little manipulation going on there. Binance seems like. Just looking at a couple other charts here. We'll try Blowfin on here. Let's try BitGet. You added to down to 58 cents. Well, let's take a look. And now she's hanging here on the daily, and we're hanging at the little devil girl right there. The devil's in the details. 666 moving average. That's where we're hanging out. Moving averages look good. 800, 600, 300's up here, 200's up here. No reason why we shouldn't come back up and talk to it at $3. You would think, right? Nice little trend line that we broke. Did it meet its measure move? Well, it exceeded the measure move. actually went the same length as that one, didn't it? Interesting play there. So it was working on this. Not the greatest thing, but it did break out of it and flipped it, made it an inside trend line. It went on the other side of it, and then it was respecting this one mostly, and then we had our day and lost it all, and now we got to figure out, well, what are you going to do next? And I would think that this one would start recovering kind of quick myself. But looking at the chart, it don't look like it wants to, does it? That's odd. Here on the 1 hour now, okay, that's a big green cloud. Have you even? Oh, you get time for the big good ass coffee. Let's see if we can bounce off of here. It might be a situation where we get there, maybe we can bounce and not get sucked into that green cloud. So the 1 hour, we're still under the non-moving average. It reclaimed it for a little bit, then lost it, and so it's still on a downtrend technically. Oh, that's nice to see a little green candle. I like to see it when they flip green. This is on the 1 hour. It just now went from purple to green. So let's come down to smaller time frames and see what kind of traction that we're getting. We can also let's go from the bodies to the top. That might be a little bit more relevant from what we got, and I would say given that we got that big death wick, you can't really count on it to get as accurate fib information. So let me take the other stuff off. But going on this one. So let's go from the body here on this particular time frame. And on this, you see we're bouncing off the 618. Now that could be good. Why is it getting so sleepy? What time? Oh, how did I go over 2.5 hours again? I even started earlier, and now it's midnight. I guess I hyper focus on this or something too, and I just don't recognize. I have no sense of time, people. I have a time issue. Time does not exist in the normal sense for me, and I think it's because of hyper focus, and I will get detached from time. All right, so I came down on the smaller time frames, like the 5 minute. Still fighting through all this, right? Oh, I don't. It's wild while you're looking. I would expect this one would have bounced back a little quicker, honestly. So I would like to see it bounce here. We get something different here. This is why it's going to be tricky to mess with this, depending on how you draw your fibs and from where you take it and everything. Still got confluence with that little guy. Let's look for that 229 as a possible. Maybe it will bounce here, but kind of still looking at this little guy too. Come back to retest kind of this little area where we started doing something, and maybe we can bounce. This one's going to be tricky. It needs to make a bear trap idea. You can zoom back out to the bigger time frame and just get back into the program, right? Get back above these trend lines and start recovering. Moving averages are up here, and should, mathematically speaking, we should start going back to the average prices that we were for, I don't know, the last 800 candles, the last 600 candles, the last 200 candles. Chances are we could go back to where we've been. We spent 200, we were there 200 candles ago and hung out there for a while. It's a good chance that we might go back and visit that, right? Just looks like it's going to be a little slower for Squee. Take a look at XRP. And this isn't on Binance, right? Same situation in 234, right? XRP went down to 80 cents. You know, used to, XRP was more of a trader coin. It was highly volatile. And I hated trading. I tried to trade it. It would do good sometimes. If you got on the right side of it, it would go up good and you could make some good gains. But if it flipped on you, you were screwed. It was very volatile going up. And now since it started getting up above $1 or $2, above $2, $3, it's really leveled out a lot. Now it's just slow as freaking Christmas, barely doing anything. But when it was down around 20, 30, 40 cents, going up to 70 and fluctuating through there, it was volatile and could be fun at times to trade. 2 hour looks horrendous. That Ichimoku cloud does anyway. All right, well, try a different approach here. I like this. I might go back and do this on the other one too, on SWE, because I think this would be a better way to try to. We'll go with the last move and do the retracement. And kind of, we got to ignore this wick action right here. So I'm looking about 226 for XRP to see if we can catch on this 786 fib area here. And I think there's, I'm going to go back and apply this to the SWE too. Kind of, I feel like we just kind of left SWE in limbo there, and I think we can get a little bit more definitive answer there. All right, so about 228 possibly where we're coming down to. I'd like to see it catch there. I think it can. Let's see what happens. 236 Fibonacci for XRP, and you travel back to SWE. Why am I so sleepy? It's midnight. Good point. Fair point. Oh, look at all the targets we got for SWE over here. You nailed it. You nailed it. Not. We're doing all right until that one day. All right, let's how do we want to do this one? We would take the this would be the overall. And yeah. So I think this makes a little bit more. Is that close? Is that the same target we had? 229. Did we get confidence on that? We got it a different way, I believe. I believe that's the same price that we had. 229. So a different venue, I guess, of getting there. So I look for about 220, 229, 230 area, and we're at what, 248 right now for SWE. And that would be discount the wig. That should be our little. That would be an actual double bottom retesting this, wouldn't it? So come back to that area, and then hopefully we try to bounce there. Look, we lost a trend line. That sucks, and it might come up and barely retest, and then we hang down. I don't know. We've got to see how it acts, but a retest in this area about 313. I don't know what it's going to do there. Whether it will roll over, continue to roll over. On the 8 hour, it's a bigger time frame, and these guys are trying to. They're trying. They might be trying to roll over a little bit. That would suck. Peeped. Edwin Martinez says, "She's 2 million down is a good achievement." Oh, yeah, talking about the Onyx coin tray. Wasn't here yesterday. Did you get slightly nervous yesterday? Don't lie to. Oh, well, yeah. I had stayed up all night. Well, I mean, I didn't like it when it happened, and I was freaking out because the exchanges wouldn't let me do anything. I'd set my stops before. I did, because I saw that we could drop. And I was, looking, maybe we're going to 106 or maybe to 109. maybe where we are now, 109. I forgot. But you know, we saw a possibility. We were trying to roll over and stuff, or I had a possibility to, and so I set my stop losses, layered stops, and all that stuff. And especially on altcoins and everything too, just trying to lock it in, because I'm tired of riding the roller coaster. Tired of riding the damn roller coaster, right? And that way I'd be cash heavy if things went south. And even though it did that on some of them still got liquidated. There might have been some, maybe some didn't hit or something, but they were small ones. The only ones that I lost were really, I mean, we're talking about where I had $50 in and I'm trying to build a little bag on altcoins, or maybe it's ones I had trouble, you know, maybe little 5 things. There were a couple that I wanted. There was Near and, what was it? XMR, Monero. I was really working on building them back, and I was doing good on those. And those are the 2 that got took from me that I wish I'd kept. But all the other ones, they made it on leverage with the stop. But I was getting to a situation where I was trying to pay back the loans on spot margin. You have to pay back the loans that you borrow money and pay back. And it wasn't letting me do it. I couldn't do transactions. So it wasn't fun. You can tell me, you can tell when I stream, because I'll tell you, I'm not going to put up a false front. We do things perfectly every time. We nail it. Well, you should come join my group, because I'll give you the right answers all the time. People come here to find the answers. Yeah, we're not into all that. You got to be real about this stuff. Have you checked Link recently? I got cooked yet again at my $12 liquidation. Never saw that coming. Nobody could have seen all that stuff coming, man. That is crazy, wasn't it? Yeah. So going back, my spot margin projects came out all right, but my perpetual futures, yeah, it wiped me out. I think I had probably about $6,000 or $7,000 there, and it's gone. It's gone. Just vanished. Gone. I'm glad it wasn't more. There is one trade that survived it, and you know what it was? A 2x position on Aster. Heavily underwater, but it's still hanging in there. And nobody likes Aster anymore, so yeah, I got that. So time to rebuild. That's all we can do is rebuild in a situation like that, right? The worst thing you could do is give up and leave. You might need to take a break, recalibrate, pray to Jesus, get right. But to walk out of the market when things don't go your way, that's probably one of the most regrettable mistakes that you would make, especially at the very end here. All right, let's clear out our chain link stuff because that's a messy chart. How far did you go down? $7. There's a juicy buy price. Wow, if you just had limit orders, I wonder if they would have got hit even. Because here's what I've heard. I heard that what they were doing, and CryptoFace was talking about this too, and I think I've seen them do it. They clear out your limit orders. I think they clear out your limit orders. So if you set them, there's no guarantee they get hit anyway. And if they can clear out limit orders, and that was the point CryptoFace was making, you can clear out limit orders, but you don't have protocol to keep this going, and your servers are too busy and overloaded, and they close down. And what really comes out is it's the exchange faults, and they don't have the money, so they got to do something dirty to get the money so they don't go underwater. It's basically, in a nutshell, what we're seeing going on there, and it is not right. It's not right. It's at $17. It's been holding here pretty good at $17, and I've been going hard. I've tried to go hard and get stopped out, so I'm not doing that as much now because it looked like, you know, unless we can get a good little confirmation bottom. But I've got to go and look at some of my altcoins. I'll get in, and then I'm using tight stop losses, right? And sometimes they're going to give it back. They'll give it back a little bit, and I might be in cash again. But I'm getting tired of getting stopped out on some of these. Some of them are holding. A lot of them are holding. But a few of them, I come back and I'm like, oh man, you hit my stop loss. Oh man, you hit my stop loss again. Now I got to find another entry. This is the 2 hour for Link. Let's come down to the 15-minute. Looks just like everything else, right? And that little uncertain thing, possible Adam and Eve idea on this whatever support area that is. Maybe it'll take. moving averages that they fanned out, and now that they're fanned out like that, you're on the 15, we're trying to climb through them, right? And I hope that's what we continue doing. It's hard to say, man, because I mean they can dump us tomorrow or Monday night. I mean, I'm actually surprised that they're not dumping us Saturday night, because sometimes they do that too, right? So, but since the dump already happened, it doesn't make much sense that there would be much more sale price. I mean, who's got any coins to sell now, right? Unless they were buying them down here, which is what the dumpers were doing. They want to do it again. And now they've got the big bags of everything, and I guess they're ready to pump us up so they have something to sell on us again when we get up to another level. I don't know, man, but that's just crazy. Crazy bullshit. And crypto, there's always something. I heard this was worse than the FTX crash. Biggest liquidations in crypto history ever. And I survived. Not unscathed, but I survived. My count's down lower than I want to see it, but I survived. I'm going to make a t-shirt. I survived the great Binance scam crash of 2025. So we're trying to regain the 9 moving average on the 1 hour. That's good. You're at 17. I'm liking that. Let's come down the smaller time frame. Do I need to get my position going? Because you're climbing over some things. We got above the... Oh, look at this. Do I have a position on you? I wanted one, but I want to make sure that... Yeah, did you stop me out again? I think it got me again. I want to get some more of you. I'm gonna have to spread out my stops different or something. We'll take it down a notch here. But there's I'm looking at the order book and I see 13,000 link just at $18 area, just waiting, trying to sell on this. So we got to fight through, and only $17,000 worth of buys here. So there's still a lot of sell pressure here for people who want to take advantage of the $18 link. I want to sell when it's cheap. I want to sell bunches of it when it's cheap. I didn't want to sell it. I don't want to sell it at $23. I want to put these big ass market maker orders here at $18 and suppress price as much as I can. What? I mean, bullshit. Some resistance ahead up here, 17.5. But that's a nice little double bottom trying to form. If we can get past that and hold it, that's a good scene. So link is looking fairly decent. We got above our little juicy buy zone. The juicy buy zone was under $17. So yeah, I need to did we did not. I may not go as hard, leave a little wiggle room, but at $17 I want a bag of definitely want a good bag of link. Well, I'm maxing out my risk on some of these things right now on spot margins. I have to have these stop losses and I'm maxing out my risk on them. Zcash, what the hell are you doing again? Zcash is hard to keep up with. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. And I'm gonna be a little bit more flexible with my stop losses on this one. And I want to go below this little guy this time. 1705. And I'm only going to do 10% at that one. Oh, that wasn't right. Did that? Yeah, that worked. Okay. I didn't screw anything up. Did I? Okay. Sometimes I forget to put stop market and I put limit and I end up selling. Don't that screw up your entry. I've done that several times over the past few days, and bad finger button pushing, I guess. All right, and then I want another one just a little smidgen below you. Oh, your 21 moving average is down here too, right? 50 move is down there at 1698. Okay, so I want to go somewhere around 1680. And sell more, and that way I can manage my risk because I'm loaded. And give me a huge bag, well, I can get a huge bag, right? And see how much of that huge bag I can keep amongst the little layered stops. That's kind of the game I'm playing. Zcash, what are you doing? So Chainlink, $17, not bad, because it was hanging around 22, 20, 21, 22 for the longest time. And gradually moving up to around 30. So great time. I mean, doubt we see $5 Chainlink or $8 or $10 Chainlink again. But 17's pretty juicy in this little range. I mean, you can get tight stop losses. You can buy at $17 and sell it for about 16.5 if it you know, or anywhere through here. But if it loses these levels here, that's not a bad gap, right? That's doable. You got 10x leverage, then you got 30% loss. But if you only got 2x leverage, you got 6% loss. Not bad. You got 3x leverage, it's 10% loss. You see, and you kind of work with that idea. At best, if you could have bought down here at 1678, but that was the juicy bottom. I like to buy bottoms. There's something about a bottom that in crypto that pays the bills. So they say. All right, so let's take a look at Zcash. This is one of my babies that I've been in for a little bit. I'm very happy with how it turned out. And now everybody's talking about it, acting like they've been in our. We knew it was going to do all that, or whatever. I don't know. Like Zcash, yeah, that's the one. Everybody's chasing it now, is what it is, or a lot of people are chasing it now because it's pumped, and it keeps going. And I'm like, you got to stop at something. Look, this is totally opposite what we're seeing. This one, this is 4 hours. That's crazy. But 21 million coins is all we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man. We gotta zoom out. Oh, and well, she's not in price discovery, thank goodness. So we got fibs. You did it, the 786. It's a nice rounded bottom that eventually rocked the world. Oh, that was from this one, wasn't it? Okay. All right, so you went up to the 786. That was at 296. I think we had that target. Didn't we have it? Must not have been in this chart. Because that's fairly familiar to me. Yeah, we did. We had the 295 target right there, 786 Fibonacci. That and 245. Oh, I had you down here too. Oh, I took you from both on this one too, right? And let's see. Smaller time frames. We're looking at this possibility. And what did it do? I think we did. It seems like we did see that. Where did it come down? Yeah, she went down to the bottom of the channel. We talked about that, and it came back up, and still looking strong, isn't it? So it looks like she can come back down and maybe retest 245. Maybe she looks like she's the 21 moving average is coming in about 250. So she's 269 now. She's trying to come down a little bit, but I wouldn't doubt it if she just spikes back up there. Let's clear this off. And we can see the parabola and the channel that we're in. So somewhere around 250. And where will you go?
Mistakes make you wise.
You did really good. You went more than what I would have expected there. You did something else here, didn't you? So I got to take you? Well, if you did a 786, and then you did your 113, that makes perfect sense there. And, okay. We're just going... This is how I do my harmonics. I don't some other people have a different way, I guess, but this is how it evolved to me naturally. 236 fibs there at 258. Okay. And I'm trying to work on getting this any kind of higher target if we continue on the higher, right? I think we're going to have to go with a little a little Elliott ideas here. It's just tricky getting the dang bottom of the impulse move here. Where are you going to measure from? Well, that looks like my best response is going down here from the bottom there. All right, let's run with this. Let me kind of look at the fibs and see how they're tuning in. I don't normally use this tool to figure this stuff out, but we don't have much of an idea, right? All right, so we're looking for a third wave possibly, right? Oh, are you going to count that one? You're going to count that as a 5? Elliot thinks he already made her 5th wave over here, but he'll change his mind if it goes higher. So I was just kidding. It's really up here. I'm looking for you right here. So I want to see how that happens. Elliot seems to think we're on working on our ABC correction, and we're coming down to 206 or 240 or something like that. I've still got a trend line disregarding the spikes going from candle bodies to candle bodies. I think 250 could hold. 1 touch, 2 touch, and maybe another touch. I don't know that I would count that one there. But I'm kind of seeing 344 just by using this idea right here. And 3618 says 620. Could you do it? Could you do that? This is the Moon Boy target. I don't know, but I'm gonna mark it anyway. At 621. It can do it. It's Zcash has done numbers before, right? Because it has the tokenomics to do it. Wouldn't it be crazy if it went even up higher than that? I mean, if Zcash, if the people, I mean, if it gets some traction, I mean, this one could just break all the limits. It's a good project. It's not a bad project. Oh, I want to actually check. I don't think I've ever been to their website, but 21 million total supply, $4.3 billion market cap. The contract is on your protocol too. And this is the website. Zcash is encrypted electronic cash, right? First cryptocurrency to develop zero knowledge encryption for private peer-to-peer payments. Zcash and Zeek, what's the difference? What is the difference? Well, I clicked on it and it ran away. Holy crap. Can you guys hear that? I don't think you can. It might be in there. Okay. Masari, Coinbase, Plexa. Okay. Be free. All right, fair and open, accessible and easily available. Secret messages. You can send private messages along with your transactions. Write a love note if you like. Well, that. Okay. Zcash employs end-to-end encryption. You're in control. Zcash is a decentralized protocol. Means your money is yours, not the bank's. Fast, low fees. Much faster than Bitcoin. And transaction fees are usually only a fraction of a cent. Self-funded development. Decentralized ecosystem of developers are paid to add Zcash features and UX improvements. And I don't know. Seems to have found its day, right? Oh, and come down to the little 15-minute time frame because I'm impatient. I just want to see what you're doing. Working our way through the moving averages. Sorry, lost the 50, the 100. We're looking for the 200 next, and maybe it'll bounce from the 200, or maybe we'll retest the trend line. Maybe we'll do both. A lot of times you'll come down and you'll test these little guys like the 200 and the trend line at the same time. Right there is an example what might be looking like. So I'd expect us to come down here and try to curve. Look at the shoulder heading. And Fibonacci wise, that would be about the 618, wouldn't it? From where I pulled. Now, if I wanted to get I guess we can pull the whole bottom here. And that would be the more beautiful 382 Fibonacci. That makes more sense to me. That makes a lot more sense to me. So I'm looking at bottom of trend line and somewhere around 250-ish, 200 moving average and all that. And then I think that we're getting ready to head up maybe higher. And if that be true, then I can get some different targets a different way, which are really close. So this area right here is looking kind of interesting to me, and then this area over here between 347 and 378. I think those are realistic higher highs to try to look for. But there will be some warnings as we got trend lines coming up. Wherever we bump our head around here along this trend line, it's going to be some resistance. So I got to keep those ideas in mind too with Zcash. Jessica Mendoza, how's it going? Good morning. Said I jumped into Solana yesterday, but it's not doing anything. Should I just hodl or cut my losses now? I'm still a bit shaken from last loss, so I could use some advice. Thanks. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. A lot of people did. Let's take a look at Solana. Last time I looked at it, Solana was at a pretty decent price, right? So 170, 180. I think personally, out of all the charts I looked tonight, they're in a similar shape. This one's the best. This one looks like your typical looks like your typical little this is what a bottom pattern looks like when it's first starting. So I called it a stiletto heel because it looks like a little stiletto heel, right? It looks like a little shoe, like a little Christmas story lamp. I love this. I want one of these tacky lamps. I don't know why, but it's so tacky. I want one. Let's even wear an underwear. That's great. But and this can turn into various other little bottom patterns here. But it gives me it tells me, and this is a bullish setup. It's a falling channel, and they break to the upside mostly, about somewhere around 64%, if I remember correctly, with Thomas Bukowski. And a good chance to break up. We got some resistance up about 200, but Solana, it's going to go back to 250 again and probably more. And yeah, this is an opportunity, I think, and especially if you're on spot. If you're doing leverage, then yeah, you could be tricked and you could lose some money. But if you're on spot, building a spot bag, I think it's a great place, and I think you'll be rewarded for doing it. Solana's not dead. We just had manipulation, and after manipulation, when we have crashes like that, those little black swan events, unexpected things like that, we usually end up recovering. It usually ends up being one of the best times to have bought. And just like I've been showing all night on every one of these assets, that move happens so quick. The moving averages, they're not going to catch up immediately, and only if it stays here or continues lower. And the momentum is spent. It was spent that one day, and they took a shot and they dumped everything as low as they could dump it. So that energy is spent, and we should be experiencing some recovery. The only thing is we're on the weekend, and we don't have the big money to start coming in this here during the week, right? I don't know why that is. Crypto's 24/7, but they only trade on during the banking hours but you DC in crypto, the US session's usually where the major moves, the major pumps come from, the major moves come from US session. Open in the morning. That's why you'll see your YouTube gurus try to get, that 10 a.m. 9:30, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. to noon's time slot, because that's the brunt of it. By the time noon gets here, well, your Wall Street, your Wall Street types, your bigger types, well, they're through with their day trading or intraday trading for the day, wrapping it up for lunch. Going to let it kick over to the next session. Yeah, Who's the next session? Let Sydney come in. Let Australia come in, and because they come in at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Asia Tokyo session comes in about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But from 8 a.m. to 5, there's a pre-market, and in that morning, that's when you get the short squeezes, and you get the gurus that don't, this market pumps every time I come live. It's like they know I'm coming, and all this stupid stuff or whatever for engagement. But it's really just, timing your stream at that time. So what I'm trying to get at, when the market opens back up Tuesday, I think Solana will take a much different tune. Because there's a lot of people looking at a lot of these coins saying, oh my gosh, I've been dreaming for a day I could get it this cheap. I didn't think I'd ever see it this cheap again, and here we are, man. The lowest it went down was what, 169? This is on. I got a question for you. If I'm on the Binance chart, why didn't they dump Solana all the way down? Isn't that interesting? You see, every other coin has that big strange wicks. Solana doesn't. It's just coming down to the 200. Another thing. You're at the 200 daily moving average. Excellent place to bounce. I see no reason for it to go any lower. Maybe touch Lucy, maybe 163. Maybe you can make an argument for that. Maybe. 50 still up here at 215. 9 moving average is still at 214. We're way down here. We got a lot of reconciliation to go on to get these two back together, because price hangs around with the 9 moving average. It just does. When you're above the 9, you're on a good trend. When you lose it, you're starting a downtrend. But it hangs close to the 9. We are nowhere near that 9 moving average, and that can't last. So either one of two things has to happen. 9 moving average just got to speed its little ass down here, but it can only do so much. Candles per day, right? Or the price has got to go back up and meet it. One of those two things has got to happen. Or maybe they both meet in the middle, like Lady and the Tramp when they're doing the little spaghetti noodle thing. Meet in the middle. Maybe. Let's come down to the 4-hour. Look at you. Here we've lost the 800, the 600, but they're all in good order. Death cross happened here. 50 crossing over the daily. That's just not horrible. So Ichimoku Cloud looks a little scary at the moment. Scary seeing all this red money flow coming into the market, but look, stochastic's already starting to head up. People starting to buy. They're starting to already move up. Momentum wave's already starting to move up. There should be a breakout. So we can draw a trend line. One way to tackle such an issue as this is to, it's hard, she's curving a little bit. You draw a trend line, and then when she breaks out of this, then a lot of people are looking and taking it more serious at that point, and they're saying, hey man, I think 180 is a good, now it's 180. You already lost $1 right there. It was 179 and now it's 180. Maybe we'll get it back. I'm just playing. So that would be a concern to wait to that, but it's already got the 9 moving average. It's the first time that it's regained the 9 moving average. We're working on it. After it opens a new candle, it will be confirmed. That's the first time it's gained it since before the big dump. So I take that, and this is starting to get all thick. That's a good sign. I see some good signs here on the smaller time frames now, where they were looking scary AF. Now they're starting to look a little bit more bullish. You can see that we're starting to, like I'm on the 15-minute now. We've already done all that stuff that I just talked about on the other time frame. We've already got past the 9, the 21. They crossed bullish. We got past the 50. We got the breakout confirmation here on this time frame, and actually it's even a little better because I can tighten it up. On this time frame, 15-minute is giving you the confirmation to enter this trade. So, and while I'm on this point, let me make this. This is how I like to do my set. I will look at a bigger time frame. We did ours on the 2 hour. That's why it's not lining up here. I think, or 1 hour. But you look at the bigger time frames, get your idea, and then I zoom in on the smaller time frames to execute. And if I come down on my little 1 minute chart, I feel like I missed the move. And that's what you'll see with these gurus, man. Sometimes like, oh, I've already missed it. It's too high. I can't get in. I'm like, dude, If you zoom out, you're like, okay, you hadn't even confirmed on some time frames. It's all relative. It's all relative. Really. So now we're at 180.22. So I think Solana is going to be fine. I think all the crypto is going to be fine. But it is scary to anticipate how's everything going to work Monday. How is it going to react? Because we were told it's all about the tariffs that made the drop happen. And it was in part because Wall Street did dump. We saw that on our indices over here with total threat. So they are, and they may continue. But crypto kind of front runs that, it seems. And we got the weekend trading, and we've already experienced the brunt of it. There might be a little after effect, but I would expect that we've kind of already done most of our damage. And we just got to be cautious just in case something weird happens Tuesday when the markets open back up. But Sunday and Monday, somebody said something. Are the CMEs, they're trading Sundays or not? I forgot the comment already. Somebody had the answer to that, and I've already forgot it. But they may be open tomorrow. And then the markets in the rest of the world, and wherever you are too, you got a different time zone, so I know they're going to trade there too, right? So it all doesn't rest on the U.S. session or whatever happens here. So we'll start getting some inclinations from when the other countries and other time zones, as they start trading over the next few days, about the sentiment, I believe. And I think it'll be a little bit more bullish. But everybody's still kind of shaking and scared, and I think that's why we're not seeing a lot of money come in on the weekend, other than not as much money being here. My gosh, a 3-hour stream. We did 4 hours last night. Must be the coffee. I've actually got some real coffee going on right now. Bitcoin dominance looking crazy over here. And let's take another look at Bitcoin. And I was on a small time frame. Actually, when I first came in, I was on the 10-second or 1 minute, right? Really tiny degen time frames. But only because price is moving so damn slow. It feels like a 5 or a 15-minute time frame. I don't know, 15 moves even slow. It feels like about a 5-minute time frame. Even on the 10-second. 10-second feels like the 1 minute now. Or 5 minute maybe. Look how little it's moving. Hardly. This is Bitcoin. We're at 111,000. Are you serious? Are you serious, Bitcoin? Did you go up there? Well, you're not far from my target up here at 11.8. See what happens up there. Look at you. Now we're above the... Oh my God, Helen, we got above the 100, the 200 moving average on the 1 minute. That's the signal. A lot of bots do that too. That's what I used to use with my bots. Some people, I don't know, the way they talk is like they figured it out, but I mean that's common with if you're moving average strategy. The 200 moving average on whatever time frame, that's your base point basically, where you're bullish or bearish. If you're above it, you're bullish. If you're below it, you're bearish, right? So even on this, it's risky to do it. And it can't be your only strategy, is trading the 200 moving average, but use it in conjunction with everything else, and then you got something, right? Are you trying to get ready to pull back? You trying to pull back? You got this little rising wedge type of shape there, man. Either we're going to break out of here and go back poop crazy with a strong move, or we might drop a little bit and come back a little bit per retracement. Sometimes I like to get Elliot's opinion, and he's still tripping out over here on this 5-way crap. Elliot, get with the program, man. That is like so yesterday. That is like so 20 minutes ago. Come on, Elliot. We looked at that, and you told us like we were going to die or something, right? Elliot's still on this C-wave stuff over here. Flash a little bit on the bottom. All right, Elliot, we're putting you to rest there. Sometimes Elliot's cool to hang around, sometimes he's kind of weird. So am I. So we're just coming up against these moving averages, trying to test them. We might roll over from here, okay? We can easy retest. But the rollover is it's a retest, and then we're doing good. We made a higher high here. We just got to get up and clear this area over here, 111.5, and then we confirm this W pattern as a bottom. and then you get a measure move from that, which is from the butt crack down to the betwixt the legs there, I guess. I don't know, or the sagging boobs. I don't know whatever these are pointies. I guess this would be a Steve and Steve pattern, Adam and Steve instead of an Adam and Eve. And measure move target is 113,200-ish. Right. Well, tighten up your game, road dog. Don't be silly. So, yeah, right around 113, right? And that would take out this high. So if we are starting, if we made a bottom over here and we have 2 touch points at the same touch point, 3 touch points, triple bottom idea maybe, 3 touch points here, confirming support, and we're starting to make higher highs and higher lows. Sounds like a trend change to me. And all the trend changes will all start on the smaller time frames. You have to see them coming on the bigger time frames, but you can actually watch them play out on the smaller time frames if you got the bigger time frames to guide you on it. Otherwise, you're just here watching, you don't know what the hell's going on. It looks good, let's play it, but you can't see the forest for the trees and see, oh, if it's a bad setup, something dark cloud hanging over you. That's what the bigger time frames do. They give you the setup, and the way you execute on the smaller ones. In this case, we just watch it because it's moving so damn slow. Come on, Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, at some point, this stream has got to end. I just can't go on forever. Oh my God, bro. I just mentioned you. Thought you'd be happy. What? Did I miss something? Oh, man. I think I don't have the context for all that. Thanks again, Road Dog. Hey, Striga. Survival is always great. Okay, let me come down to the current chat. That banana is too happy. That banana is very happy. I've heard a few complaints about him rubbing up against the girls. There's been a few HR issues there, but I think they finally sorted it out and they came to a little agreement. So we got the girls back, but you got to watch that banana. He'll like to poke it on you. All right, let me come down here and zoom up a little. Okay, because I was right there. The banana's too happy. I feel like we got a full dance party tonight. Maybe we should turn on the disco ball and get the disco lights out. Haven says my entry at 111.80. Oh, Bitcoin. Oh, then you're up, baby. You got the breakout idea, didn't you? Yeah, that would have been getting the breakout, or the equivalent of getting the breakout. Edwin Martinez said, oh, it's private conversation, sorry. Just lost about a 1,000K worth in my long, but nothing insane like before. And that's a good thing. You start losing a little less, and I'm glad that I got to experience that. Man, if I hadn't had stop losses, layered stops, and doing that, and I woke up and saw all my positions liquidated. Oh, I've been there before. It's happened to me before, and that's a horrible feeling. You just you're at the very bottom of the world, man. And some of you guys feel like that or experience some of it. And there are some people out there experiencing a whole lot of it. I mean, people have lost millions of dollars. I mean, I've heard stories about some of these people having like $15 million or something, and they wake up and now they only got one. I mean, can you imagine losing that much money? I mean, it's one thing to watch your account just slowly, what you have. Well, I mean, it's all relative, I guess, and percentage and everything like that. But it never feels good to see things go opposite. You're getting over here, you're trying to build a bag, you're trying to build wealth, and you see it slowly erode or quickly be stolen from you. It is, and we go through a lot of stress as market participants, right? And me and my wife were mentioning that today, and I was like, you know, it is stressful. There's been some times I've been totally stressed out. I think one of the biggest times I was stressed was, I think when we were down, was it 74,000? And we were there because I just saw all my hopes and dreams just like, I don't know if I'm going to see that amount of money again. And some of those altcoins never came back. Some of those positions never came back. And it sucks. But there was a time that I had cross margin account, and that's before learn how bad cross margin go against you. But it was a similar event. It was the FTX. I think it was FTX. Was that? Was it that, or was it something else? Was it before that? This is before I ever started streaming or anything. But I took a big hit. It was right when the bear market was starting, and I was like, oh shoot. I mean, that's the worst time to take a big hit, when you think you're getting out, or you're finally figuring out, oh, maybe we're heading to the bear market, and then what the hell? What happened to what I was working on before? You know, you wake up and it's gone, and or you see it going away and there's nothing you can do about it, or you don't know what to do. You're just should I sell and take whatever, or just let it? You know, it gets crazy. It's a horrible feeling. Horrible feelings to be like that. Don't wish that on anybody. Strega says legs for days. Legs? Did you say legs? We got some legs. We're looking for something that'll give us a leg up here. I'm just saying. Edwin Martinez says actually tried buying around 10, but PMEX wouldn't let me. Yeah, that's the. Yeah, I think a lot of people are a little upset when we realize, well, just how good these exchanges are or are not. That should never happen. What happened? That should never happen. And it's starting to lean a little bit more toward decentralized exchanges. But you know, CryptoCoins is saying also Aster, which is supposed to be a decentralized exchange, but they're using Binance liquidity, right? They froze up. Not very decentralized, is it? And that might be another little nail in Aster's coffin. Well, I mean, I'm sure it'll probably come back and do fine, but it's not going to be the golden child I think everybody thought that it was now. What's the coin even do? I'm not even sure. Abe says, I picked up some Link, not a bad price, $17, $18. I mean, it'll probably go back and hang around 21, 22 for a little while until we get, you know, but it was up 27. I mean, it's not a bad place. What price? What platform? Seems like everything went down when I was spamming buys at 10. It's because they don't have enough Solana to dump anymore. Oh, we're talking about the Solana there. But they sure had a bunch of other coins to dump, though, didn't they? That's a good point, aren't they? R.S. Miller says, so I missed all the fun yesterday. I was watching the fun of it fall. I noticed that as everything fell, Litecoin went up 3% and then fell a while later. It was one of two that did that. Don't know if anyone else noticed that. I noticed that some of them maintain better than you would have thought, right? And like Zcash, for instance, you would have thought there would have been a little bit more effect on it, right? But no, it went right back up to a new all-time, or not an all-time high, but a new high. I feel sorry for those on Binance and Abit. I think it was and stop losses got skipped and it went down. Yeah. Well, I hear they clear out orders. Now, I think I've seen that before too. And in cases I was looking, it's like they clear out any kind of stop orders that you had here and there. And all that. So your software can do that, but it can't handle the load. Well, if an exchange cannot handle the load, it doesn't deserve to be an exchange. And so I think I'm calling bullshit on that. I'm gonna kind of work crypto face on that. And that's why the main reason I don't ever use Coinbase other than that, and they rape you with the fees coming and going. Yeah, they make it sound so great, but the exchanges do. I mean, part of the reason I'm pissed about spot margin with these altcoins and having them for so long is that this whole time I've been paying them finance fees and transaction fees and loan fees, and all that stuff adds up over time, draining your bags. The longer you keep some of these things open on margin. Little lesson to pick up on in this cycle that, you know, you kind of know it's out there, but you don't really know how it affects you until you actually kind of start seeing how, oh man, this stuff does kind of matter over a while, doesn't it? Haven Peck says, Road Dogs, Bitcoin's getting ready to test your 800 target. Oh, what time frame? I wonder was that on? Because I've been on them. I don't know which one it was. It's kind of relevant to whatever time frame. Oh, she got above the 360 right there. Oh, the 11,800. That's what you're talking about. Nice. Hey, where was our target? Oh, that was one of them. But didn't I draw a line somewhere? What was that? Oh, this is micro Bitcoin futures. This is the CME, right? This is Okay, so here's something. So tomorrow, when CME futures open at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S., let me go to regular candles. On going to daily. MBT1, this is why I keep this up here. They closed at 116, and 113 was a wick down here on Friday. So we got a gap. There's another argument right there. We're sitting at 111. Where are we? We're here. We're on the bottom of, we're right here. Right now. No, we're 111.8. But we're just on the bottom of, So that's another argument that we could be going up. And so, all these very bravado calls to short right now may face some serious disappointment. I'm just telling you what, between moving averages and some of these other things I'm seeing here, and the CME gap, it's likely that we will see ourselves come back up there to close it. And I think it counts the wicks. I don't think they go by the candle body closes. I can't remember the theory on that as well. Some people look at wicks. I think I've seen some people look at bodies for the gap. But that's an argument for even where we are now. So we were down to 109, 107, whatever. We were down through here, and we're coming up, and so we're starting to close that gap already. But we got to open. Where we? I mean, when they open, if we're not up there, if we're not already back up there, we got a gap to fill. So either we're going back up there now and try to do it, or at some point we need to go back up there and fill that gap. Or you can make an argument for that case, whether it'll play out or not. And when it comes back, that candle's going to be right beside here, and it's still going to might be right in or near its little happy trend line. Like nothing ever happened. Although you do have a red dot on the daily. I don't know, just an idea to think about. Let me get off these candles, Christmas tree candles. Let's see, this is the one that it's on too big of a time frame. This is the one that I've been charting on. This is some COINEX exchange I'm using. Back to my little 6-minute chart where I usually watch things unfold. Okay, so look at the Ichimoku cloud. She was looking kind of spindly, but we made it through there. Now we got the green. We're above the 6-minute 200 moving average. Just now opened a candle there. And we're at beautiful. We got up to 800. We got, did we lose that area? Or what chart were you on? There, yeah, the whatever trend line I got drawn there. Technically a breakout. So to me, I'm asking, I don't know, did we tap bottom? Maybe. I hope so. I hope this is our bottom. We got a chance. I feel confident in saying we got a good chance. Big spike down, scary moves, markets usually recover. Cross our fingers, nothing weird happens anymore, and that maybe we can get out of here and actually have a dang altcoin season in Q3 like bullish like we want to, right? We got screwed in spring. We got screwed during the summer. We got screwed last summer. We just been getting screwed all the way around. It's time for us to have our party day, our up day, and Q4 is it, and I fully expect it. Let's go. LFG. Everything is laid out. Regulation is here. We got an administration that is not doing the choke point 2.0 on us, not going behind the scenes to try to kill the industry, which is what was going on for the last 4 years, for real, especially the damn SEC. Now everything is coming favorable. We finally flipped the script, and now we got world adoption for Bitcoin that we thought was, everybody laughed at, said it never happened, and it's here. And it keeps getting bigger and bigger, just like everybody predicted back then, because you can't ignore the truth that it's sucking up all the value in all this dirty fiat that we got. It's the new standard. It is God's money, in my personal opinion. I think it is inspired by God, given to us to help us take advantage of this wealth transfer that happens in this window of opportunity. And hopefully we can do it here together on this channel. I can't imagine just turning your back on Bitcoin at all. And I advise you, if Bitcoin is not one of your main coins, I know it seems high now, but you got to find a way to work it in and make it your main play if you really want to take advantage of what crypto has. I mean, you got altcoins popping off every day. George, a YouTuber, made one and it's up at $80 million right now. There's no value in it. It doesn't do anything. It's only going to be up while the hype is there. Come bear market, that thing's history. There's nothing there. Bitcoin has always got its value, and it has a use case of saving the damn world and keeping us from going broke and having them rob us through this fiat money system, because all they do is tax you to death. You are a corporate slave. If you have a job, you are a corporate slave. You have two sets of characters in this world. You have debtors and you have creditors. And if you are not the creditor, you are the slave. If you owe money, you are a slave. And the only way to really be free is to be a creditor, where they come to you for the finances, for the funds. If you are your own bank and you have your own Bitcoin, you are a sovereign creditor. Well, I won't go as far as say sovereign, but we'll say creditor, okay? And that will make all the difference in the world. And how you live your life once you start operating by those rules and get out of debt. And hopefully with the gains that you guys you're using it to change your life. May not feel like you got gains now, but that should be one of the first things you do. If you have debt, get rid of it. And I swear your world is going to be a lot better. You don't have that cloud hanging over your head. So credit card debt, mortgages, and all that stuff, you want to wipe it out. Credit card debt, high interest rate debt, all that stuff, get all that stuff gone. And your life will be better. And you don't have that hanging over your head. You don't have to depend on that job so that you can meet all those bill payments and everything. All you got basically is your utilities and your other stuff, right? I swear, God, I hope, because there's so many people that will get a windfall of money or stuff, but they won't take care of their debt. And then if that windfall of money suddenly disappears, which money often does, you're still left with that debt. And I remember one point in my life, I had student loans and I had money. And the smart thing would have been to tackle those student loans, but instead, I want to take it and put it for a down payment on the apartment complex thing I was working on back in the day, when my real estate investment days. I'll never do that again. Not that way. Not apartments. Not landlording. No more landlording. But I don't know, long stores or whatever. Anyway, the money gets tied up, gets split somewhere, whatever. Something happens, and then you still got, when something happens, life changes. You still got that debt still hanging over your head. You don't need debt hanging over your head. So I hope and pray to sweet Jesus that if you do gains, do that for the sake of your family and your sanity, and just not to be a damn slave to this government, to this world, or this whatever, the monetary society that we got, because that's what it is. They farm us to make tax revenue. And here's the crazy thing. They could just print the damn stuff. Why do they need to tax us if they can print it? I mean, I guess it has something to do with maybe not letting inflation go too crazy or whatever, but they can print their own damn money anytime. Just like if you owned a coin, you could print, you know, you could have it, you could make as many coins whenever you wanted to. The never-ending money supply. And all it does is just make us work. There didn't used to be a 40-hour work week, right? That came around, I think, somewhere around World War I, World War II, something like that. We started doing that. And then taxes, income taxes came into being because of World War I to help pay back the stuff. It is supposed to be temporary. It wasn't supposed to last, but it did. And it's still here. And it's a way that they can take anywhere from 20 to 40% of your income every year. And you know what's so cool about Bitcoin and crypto is that even if you make money on it, you can get around capital gains taxes and stuff like that by using loans. And that's exactly what you need to do. That's what your rich people are doing. You have assets worth something, your real estate, whatever, and they need money. And there's ways to do it with loans and through trust. And they don't have to worry about the taxes. And they keep saying tax the billionaires, make the billionaires pay more. We're going to tax, and I mean, but they've set up the rules to where they can do it. You need to reform the laws and the rules before you start going after the billionaires who are having the companies that are given the jobs that are letting you be a corporate slave anyway to make an income. I'm getting down a dang rabbit hole here, and it's way too late. I've been going for 3 hours and 30 minutes, people. It is time for this dog to go, and I will get to the chat, but if I don't get to the end screen, I'll be here all freaking night. But happily to say, what people were calling for short and calling for not just calling, there might be short opportunities, right? But it ain't down here at the bottom. It's never down here at the bottom. Your shorting opportunity it should never be down here at the bottom, in my personal opinion. Other people might disagree, but in practice, and your head and shoulders to the downside, it should not be played down here on the bottom, right? Inverted head and shoulders you want to look for. Regular head and shoulders, man, I don't know. That's just a pet peeve for me. There's one influencer that I swear does that all the time, and I don't know. The most accurate YouTuber on the interwebs. Official breakout retest, 200 moving average, 6-minute time frame. Trying to edge up. We're trying to recover, folks. Let's just keep our prayers going and hope that, it's a speedy recovery and we get out of this mess and get on with our bull market. Till tomorrow night, people, and I'll be back. Maybe another early stream. I kind of like these earlier streams, but they sure do last long, don't they? I'll see you on the next one. As soon as we find the button, Sean. Sean, wake up, Sean! My bad.
Let's vent. Yo, bull run down, let's vent.
Hey, Celinda, how you doing? Good to see you.
Stomach twisting hard as in there.
Hey, y'all been watching Coinbase Sucks, don't they though?
Volatility's a thief, stealing all my hope. One day up high, next I'm on the road. Gurus yelling highs, but it's all a bluff. My drive's spinning slow, I've had enough. Chased our highs, but they slipped through my grip.
Oh yeah.
Frustrated, soul exhausted from the trip.
Difficulty with my trading account when the market isn't even doing anything. Never have that issue on Uphold or KuCoin. You got KuCoin. Do you have the Apollo ID, I guess? I used to love KuCoin until I had to leave, which was screwed me up.
Correction or crash, the waist and knife twist. Dreams of riches fade into the mist. Gurus claim new peaks, but the highs don't come. Whale sales hit hard, leaving us numb. One day palm frenzy, then the slow bleed down. And that's gleam of hope slaps us to the ground. Almost tapped out my.
R.S. Miller says, I think Tom Lee is spot on what he said last night in his video for this coming week. I didn't see that. Maybe I like Tom Lee. Tom Lee's cool. R.S. Miller says, 100% right, Road Dog Crypto, we are corporate slaves unless you get debt free. Exactly. I hope the Asian guy from Tom Lee does Tom Lee skits. Oh, he came friendly to the general public. Has he done it?
Vacations in bloom. Parties poppin'.
They should turn into Tom Lee. Get a Tom Lee face.
Lambos on the run, rainbows gleam. Hope's my saving light.
I totally agree with you, Ave. 100%. There's a better way.
Hope's coming.
Taxes are outdated. Taxes came to be has a lot to do with women, and they pushed for taxes because they needed something after they made alcohol illegal. Prohibition. Well, I think the Jekyll Island event probably had something to do with some of that too. You got the central banks coming in, and then that's what issues in the taxes. You're all working for central banks, people. If you hadn't figured that out, they're the ones who run your life.
Time to flex. I'm at the jobs, playing my golden play. Market maker snipe, stop me out today. Sweating bullets, but I'm back with a grin. More files won't hunt me, I'm cashing that win. From the couch to the throne, I'm dodging that trick.
111, 420, how ironic. Well, since you said it, we gotta do it.
I'm breaking this scheme.
Huff, huff, yip, Sean.
Fuck you moves. Living a dream. Plans on lock. I'm rising above. Stop hunt survivor. Showing my love. Set the entry tight. They pulled the rug quick. Lost my shirt, but my swagger's still thick. Drove past the bank. Flipped them the bird. More falls can't touch me. I've learned every word. Late night grind, now I'm flexing the glow. Turn the trap to a trap. Watch my money flow. Stop hunt survivor. I'm breaking this scheme. Fuck you move.
That's my thinking.
Living the dream. Plans on lock. I'm rising above. Stop hunt survivor. Show my love. Since stabs hit, I'm dancing on their grave. Drum roll loud, I'm the king they can't say.
How's Crow doing?
More falls tremble, my
How did Crow
plans
do
too
doing all
tight.
this?
Swagger so fresh, I'm owning the night. Stop hunt survivor.
Crow went down to 6, almost 7 cents right there. Came right back and made a, I think he technically made a lower low than this little guy over here. Came all the way back to the bottom. But then came right back up to 15 cents. Oh, look at that spike top. 37 cents, just hadn't been back yet. So notice this roundy shape. We went over this earlier. Sorry, I got to turn the music down just a little bit. We went over this idea earlier, and I was showing you what I look for in the rounded bottoms, right? You're looking for the round, and you're looking for the squeeze. This one's a little lopsided, not exactly what, but you're looking for the squeeze down, and then you're looking for the expansion. And the expansion is the funnest part to play on a rounded bottom. Second half of the rounded bottom is the fun part. The first part sucks. So that new coin that we saw that we're still in the first part, it's going to suck for a while until this starts happening. And so now, well, I know we're at 14 cents Crow, and it doesn't seem like we'll ever get back up higher, but we should be coming back up to that 40 cent area before too long. And swing high to swing low. Tell me where I need to go, where the price is going to go. So we're looking at 40 cents, 50, and the 61 cents is going to be a little place to make sure you definitely get some payday. But right now about 39, 40 We didn't quite touch that the last time. We'll probably touch it. Actually, this time it will probably. We're going to go ahead and put this one in too. Since she came up there and got rejected, she'll probably go through that one a little bit easier. And that 50 cents. So 40 is a good place. 50, and well, this is pretty much every dime. Every 10 cents it goes up is a good target for Crow until we get to 76 cents. What other music we got? What is that? Let's get... Let me find some music. What's this one? Bitcoin Blaze. Waiting Woe. And Suck My Love Pump. Does anybody like to hear my song, Suck My Love Pump? I wrote a song in the called Suck My Love Pump because the Spinal Tap. When, what was his name? Starts with an E, I forgot his name. He wrote a song on the piano, which was beautiful. I just sounded classical and elegant. And he said, what's the name of it? And it said, Suck My Love Pump. I was like, that rocks. So, I'm going to cue up Suck My Love Pump, followed by Bitcoin Blaze, and then Wait and Woe. This is Suck My Love Pump by Road Dog Crypto. I can't fit you in there. Here's Crow setup. I'm going to post it over in the Telegram group. Set up. There's no entry. This is on the daily, by the way. Daily chart. Daily chart. Oh, I guess I gotta put a picture there, don't I? There we go. It's over in the Telegram trade setup. Suck my love pump. Casper wants 9 cents. Mr. Snuffleupagus. Chart art. Oh, I see it at 5.7. Oh, I must have misunderstood you. That was Suck My Love Pump.
Let's ride the blockchain. Rolling through the market, Bitcoin in my grip, 100K on the table, taking that big dip. All coins sparkling like stars in the night. I'm a crypto cowboy riding with might. Dreams of a ranch, no 9-to-5 chain. Stacking sets high, dancing in the games. Fears at 4 to 7, but I'm holding strong. This Bitcoin blaze where I belong. Bitcoin blaze, light it up, let it glow. Rising to the moon, watch the money flow. Yeehaw, I'm free, living the dream. Bitcoin blaze, hear the anthem scream. All coins pop,
Good info.
feel the rush in my soul. Wealth's my goal, taking full control. Bitcoin blaze, from the dirt to the sky. Yeehaw, let's fly, never say goodbye. Markets a rodeo, bucking me around. Short-term dips hitting, but I stand my ground. Dreams of a yacht, parties by the shore. Crypto my horse, I'm begging for more. September's a test, but Q for my pledge. Stacking up the win, chasing night to day. Raspy and rough, but
No,
my
I
spirit's
haven't.
alive.
That's interesting.
Bitcoin blaze, where I thrive. Bitcoin blaze, light it up, let it glow. Rising to the moon, watch the money flow. Yeehaw, I'm free, living the dream. Bitcoin blaze, hear the anthem scream. All coins pop, feel the rush in my soul. Wealth's my goal, taking full control. Bitcoin blaze, from the dirt to the sky. Yeehaw, let's fly, never say goodbye. Yeah, the market's wild, but I ride away. Golden ticket shining, wealth to save. No debt, just fun. Lambos in the sun. I've won, I've won, I've won. Bitcoin blaze, light it up, let it glow. Rising to the moon, watch the moon.
I hope it's over.
Flow. Yeehaw, yeehaw. Blaze on.
I feel like we need a chicken. I feel the chicken would make me feel better. Maybe we should have moved the chicken. Leave the girl, take the chicken.
Yo, all coins ghost. Let's vent.
Really?
Months wasted waiting. All coins on pause.
Really? Cassettes are coming back. That's awesome. I always liked them.
Slow, then they slip away fast.
CDs are always
Frustrated as
scratching.
hell, disgusted with the blast. Tired of the
But I mean,
grind,
damn, you got your phone,
exhausted from
though.
the chase. Dreams of no debt fade in this empty space. Bag sitting heavy, sentiment turns sour. Waiting for the run, hour after hour. Drain from the weight, gains give back the fight. Frustrated soul, tired through the night. Lost time echoes, opportunities ghosts. Disgusted heart, exhausted the most. We chase the moon, but it slips through our hands. All coins teeth, breaking all our plans. Corrections hit hard, sentiment flips quick, gains evaporate, leaving us sick, bags shrink, small dreams on hold again. Exhausted mind, when will it end? Disgusted with the tease, the up and down game. Lost
Sounds like
days
Tom
mock
McDonald.
me, driving me insane. Opportunity cost, time I can't reclaim. Frustrated trader, playing this play. Drain from the weight, gains get back to fight. Frustrated soul, tired through the night. Lost time echoes, opportunities ghosts. Disgusted heart, exhausted the most. We chase the moon, but it slips through our hands. All coins teeth,
Glad nobody took a short.
breaking all our plans. Behold that spark, a ray breaks the gloom. No dead
Who was telling people to
dreams,
short?
vacations in bloom. Parties popping.
Oh, that's right. It was this
fun
guy.
in the sun. Unicorns dancing, Lambos on the run. Golden ticket gleams, sunshine through the storm. Hope's the anchor, keeping us warm. Stacked through the pain, the payoff's near. Exhausted now, but victory's clear. Drained from the weight, can't get back.
This was
to
the call.
fight. Frustrated soul.
For tonight.
Through the night, lost
Short the market. Short the market. Short the market. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. Shoulder, head, and shoulder to the downside. This was the call. Short the market. Short the market. It'll be a different story come tomorrow. Calling bottom. It always is. This is one of my biggest bottom signals now. When I see him call a short at an area of support, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going long. Not saying that we got a bottom in, but we got a local one so far. It dang sure wasn't a short.
One day, them whales unload. Market crushing fast, dream road explode. Volatility's a thief, stealing all my hope. One day up high, next I'm on the road. Gurus yelling highs,
like I
but
heard
it's
this
all
song
up.
already.
My drive's spinning slow, I've had enough. Chase the highs, but they slip through my grip. Frustrated soul, exhausted from the trip. Lost gains haunt me, opportunities ghosts. Disgusted heart, waiting for the most. Traffic, bumping, face shaking my frame. Wish I shorted, now I'm losing the game. Bull runs last leg, wonder if it's done.
That was his main call.
Flicker, but the shadow.
It was the last bottom too, but the next.
Dreams of riches fade into the mist. Gurus claim new
All
peaks,
right,
but the
so.
eyes don't come. Whale sales hit hard.
So Ty guy, he does it. He's done this 2 or 3 times, and that's one of the reasons why I document it over here. For the last few bottoms, he's called short, but then when it comes around, he talks about how they nailed the bottom and called the bottom, and he calls it and calls tops and everything. Reality is not what is portrayed or what is remembered. Is cognitive dissonance, I think, is the technical term. It's the best description I've got.
Golden ray, cuts the gloom. Know that dream. Vacations in bloom. Parties popping. Fun under the sun. Unicorns dancing. Lambos on the run. Rainbows gleam. Hope's my saving light. Through the darkness, chase the highs, they slip through my grip. Frustrated soul, exhausted from the trip. Hope's coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. Chase hope.
I just get tired of the ego.
Chase hope, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're on repeat or something. All right, everybody. I have been going for almost 4 hours, another 4-hour stream. My gosh. Thank you for hanging out. Hopefully we're turning around. We're trying anyway. It doesn't feel near as scary today as it did yesterday. Just a lot of people doubting, the authenticity of us recovering. But historically, big drops like that usually do recover. Other people think we're doing a bear flag and getting ready to roll back over. I mean, it can happen, but I don't think it would happen until the markets open on the weekend or on Tuesday. And Wall Street's got to be extremely bearish. What we saw was not so much Wall Street fear as it was straight up finance manipulation, in my personal opinion. And considering that, we should be able to recover pretty good. I'll see you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Where's the dog, Sean? The dog. Doji's got away. Good night, everybody.